Howdy, y'all.
Howdy. Top of the morning.
We're the martial artists.
Not to be confused with martial.
With
artist.
a martial artist.
With a martial. We are doing a little stream today.
This is zombie month. Happy zombie month to you, everybody.
Happy zombie
This
month.
is day 3 of zombie month. We are playing some Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmares. Probably one of my most favorite zombie games ever released.
But the question is, do you feel lucky, punk?
No, I don't. He ain't a cowboy.
All right. That is so. Cowboy. That is a Western
Cheers.
movie. Hello,
Cheers.
Cat. Yeah, cheers. That's
Cheers.
right. I gotta
Happy
open
zombie month.
Happy zombie month.
All right.
It don't taste too bad. I've never had a cream soda before.
Oh, it's amazing. I love it. The only reason we're drinking is because it brings us back to 1888.
Hi, not Cameron. Hi, not Marshall. Thank you, Cat, for
Hello,
joining
not
us.
Cat. All
Welcome.
right, well, let's get this started.
Let's get this show on the wagon wheel road, whatever that means.
All our viewers can do us a favor and give us an audio test. Make sure that you're getting both game audio and mic audio.
That would be.
If you can see a different change of quality in the gameplay, that is because we are operating under 60 FPS. El Gato now.
Yes.
Cost me a pretty penny, but it damn worth it.
Seems so. All right. This is big. I've never actually seen.
So this is a
Undead
parallel.
Nightmares.
Yeah, this is a parallel universe.
I've
in
seen
the
like
original Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, I watched my father play back in the day, but I never really watched him play the Undead Nightmares part. So
Cat
I don't really know what to. Cat says cat. What?
Yep.
Baby's getting me
Try
too.
that again.
Cat says we're good, so we must be good. Thank you, Cat. Overall.
And so be it.
Undead Nightmares. I got.
So yeah, this is a parallel universe within the Red Dead Redemption game. It takes place before I'd say right before the end of the actual storyline of the first game. So John has already met all of the crucial characters of the first game.
Much better,
He's been reunited with his family.
When you finished your university education and are far too good
I see.
to even acknowledge
It's gonna be good to like get back into this game because I'll be able to talk about why I love Undead Nightmares so much.
Right. Well, now what kind of zombies are in this?
These are the Rise from the Dead zombies.
They rise from the dead, so they're slow and lumbering.
Yeah, well, sort of. They kind of hustle towards you. Some of them run even faster, but
Oh, I am so proud of you.
they're the type of zombies that once you're dead, you get up. Like zombies that have been in the grave, or corpses that have been in the grave get up.
But is it an infection? Is it a virus that's just going around?
If I remember correctly, it's a curse.
A curse,
Well, it's just the storm,
like cursed
Joe.
Aztec gold from the pirates of the
Yes.
olden days.
It may just well be cursed Aztec gold of some
cursed
kind.
Aztec gold
It's cursed Aztec
that the pirates
treasure
brought
of
over
some-
to
some-
Texas.
Some type
and
if I remember
Mexico.
correctly. Mexico does have to do with with this. This is actually this DLC actually is another good definition of what DLC should be.
Mhm.
Like it doesn't shorten the game. It gives you more story, more of the characters, more collectibles, more missions, a new spin, new mechanics,
Mhm.
and then they don't shrink the existing Red Dead Redemption map.
Right.
They keep it the same, and they just put loads of zombies in it.
Mhm.
So what
Well,
more could
talking
you
about
want?
food, who's ready
So,
for some poison?
Basically, what you're saying is on top of the original game, the original game is all in this.
Yes.
But it just added zombies.
Correct. Everywhere that you go in the original game, you go in this. There's just zombies everywhere.
Two things. One, I like the fact that this. Have you seen or played West of Loathing?
I have
No,
not.
we have not.
What's it about?
Yeah. Please tell us about that because wait. No,
all
I've
about
seen West of
in
Loathing.
ancient times how Aztec
It's
worshipped
a
the sun.
it's a cartoon stick figure
But
game
during
if
full
I remember
moons,
correctly.
Some of them worship the moon
It's
instead
sort of like an RPG, but
and
it's
upset the equilibrium.
it's a side scroller
So
sort of
anyway,
thing if I remember if that's what I'm thinking of. It's a very comical game.
I see.
I watched Markiplier play it, and it looked like something I wanted to play. But correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's what it is. However, one thing I got two things to say. One, there needs to be more games or stories where there are zombie outbreaks in olden times, not so many more modern ones, because there's just too many modern ones. You know, I want to see. Like that's what I appreciate about this. Even though I haven't seen much of it, I just know.
Cat says it's a beautiful game, 190% graphics.
Try to get some
Yeah.
sleep.
Ain't you worried about Uncle?
Sure. But he'll
There
have to
need-
wait
there-
till
there just
morning,
needs to be
like any
more
other man would in his shoes.
Zombie-like outbreaks
Don't stay up reading
in
too late.
older times. Like, I want to see it during the Revolutionary War.
Nobody says
or
that anymore. Don't stay up reading too late. Nobody says that these days. Revolutionary War could be kind of fun because it is kind of cool. Like, cause yeah, there's nothing but modern zombie games these days. So you're killing zombies with machine guns and automatic shotguns. But this is like it goes back to bolt action rifles and blunderbusses and it kind of it adds to the vulnerability of you and your character. Like imagine trying to take down a zombie apocalypse with muskets and cannons and swords. Like that would be cool. That'd be quite right.
Another thing for I heard Cat. I heard there was the Notre Dame burning, and real sad to hear about that piece of history is going away. But does she die here?
Uncle! You dumb son of a bitch! Stop!
Yeah. We're us as Americans, we're also hurt by that in a way, because it's a piece of history that we're kind of taught about in a way that we don't.
What the hell have you been drinking?
We feel for you, and our hearts go out to you over in France.
I can't believe I had to kill that poor bastard.
Well, she's not dead.
You okay, darling?
But, she did get bit.
She did get bit,
Abigail.
but it does transfer through bites
Yes.
in this one.
Yes.
Jack, get out here now!
Is she supposed to die in the original story?
Not due to like another person. Like she's not murdered.
Oh,
or
so
anything.
basically this.
she dies from old age. I think.
Okay, so this being its alternate reality is just another take. So
Yes.
John Marston doesn't get shot down at the end because
No.
now they're zombies, and spoiler alert.
Yeah,
But
this game's
now
been out
his
for, like,
son
what, 10
and
years?
his wife turn,
Yes. In this alternate universe, they are now zombies.
and you have to kill them.
And
Or,
yeah,
no, you tie them up.
yeah, he's fine killing that old lumbago guy, but he's not gonna shoot his wife and son.
Sorry, darling. It's for your own good.
Jack, where are you? Come here, boy. I'm gonna teach you some manners.
Oh, whoa. What a way to get zombies, though. Like really, that's all we need to learn. People need to
just
learn
learn
how
to
to lasso
lasso.
and hog tie.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone needs
All
to.
your problems are solved.
That's what they do at the end of for the most part. That's what they do at the end of Shaun of the Dead. With all those zombies.
Yeah, they don't
They don't
execute
kill them.
They give them jobs.
They give them jobs and tasks.
I like this part. He still cares for him, so he brings in some steaks. He's like, all right, I'm gonna leave you now, but here's some steak for you. Don't go hungry.
Now, I don't know what the hell's gotten into you sick, crazy bastards or what else was done to you, but I'm going to get help.
Stay calm. He said.
As calm as you can.
Watch the
Seems both
dialogue.
of you seem to have gotten a little excited. Probably just a fever. Jack, be kind to your mother. Abigail, teach the boy right from wrong. Stop fighting chunks out of people. Be back
Just follow. Hey,
first,
thank you.
First follower.
Yeah,
on,
first follower on
DLive.
DLive. Thank
This
you.
is the first time that we tried streaming on DLive, so thank you,
Yeah, yep.
Rocky Master.
Rocky Master.
Rocky Master.
Thank you for your follow.
Thank you very much.
For you joining us, obviously we're streaming Red Dead Redemption, the first one, Undead Nightmares, and for our
Waiting for
Zombie month.
waiting for the second Undead Nightmares. That'll be
Yeah.
that'll be awesome.
Has there been any more news on that?
There hasn't been anything, nothing but just rumors.
I feel like they're kind of obligated to do so.
I think only because because of how well Undead Nightmares did. Like, this was DLC, and
Right.
it got its own standalone game, and it got rewards up and down. Like, this was great DLC, and because of how well it did, everybody wants Undead Nightmares 2. And it's kind of to the point where they're like, oh, of course they're gonna make a second one because of how good the first one did.
Then again, it would be a prequel, and that would be kind of.
It's either going to. I'm really hoping that they'll make the second Undead Nightmares take place while you're still with the gang and playing as Arthur Morgan. But I'm pretty sure that they're gonna make it again with John Marston,
Right.
which is all right. But I want to see more Arthur. I like Arthur.
So yep, as for those of you who don't know, we are streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and DLive now.
We're spreading
We're
ourselves
spreading ourselves out.
pretty thin, but hopefully it works out.
I wouldn't say
okay.
it's thin, but we're now successfully on 3 different streams, 3 different streaming services. And I think that's kind of cool.
It is cool. it puts my qualms to rest that
I also
live
have
streaming.
I also have never played Red Dead Redemption. I've watched it. It falls along the same suit as, to me at least, as like the Uncharted series, where you can easily just watch it like it's its own movie.
Oh, okay.
And that's how I see Red Dead Redemption as well.
Marston!
Right.
It's me!
Professor.
All right, so this is a character that you're introduced to in the main story and that you do missions with and you get well acquainted with.
Right.
Now all hell is quite literally broken loose.
What is going on?
So that's why John like
I'm a man of
knows
science,
this guy.
a man of great learning, a thinker, a wise man, and I'll be honest with you, sir.
That's just the
I haven't got a
Discord
fucking
alert.
clue.
I haven't got
Ain't that
a
big?
clue.
What should we do?
When a man of science says he doesn't know,
I don't know what's going on.
Band together and
You got me.
you gotta.
Because I feel like that's the first thing that people would go to. People would go to doctors, they go to scientists, they go to anybody like smart, and they'd say like, "What's going on?" And they'd be like,
I was thinking
"I don't know."
finding a
But it
horse
just goes to show,
riding
like,
back
so many
to the
people,
civilized
make
north
fun of
at
all
the
the
speed
people
of
who are
knots
smart.
before writing a paper on the
Who are you gonna turn
events
to when
really
all this
comes to my
happens?
study.
That's
I'm a
right.
scientist after
The
all,
smarters.
right? I mean, I can't do much science if I'm some
Obviously the
bloodshot dervish's lunch guy.
brawn
If
people
anybody, this guy is the one that's gonna
sense
stop
of
this
duty is
apocalypse.
Very impressive, Professor.
He's the one that
Search
you
the
should
back
bet all
street
your
for
faith on.
survivors.
No, perhaps staying with you would be safer.
That's good.
Could you just
Haven't had
wait
this
a
in a
sec
while.
here, would you
Maybe
please?
a few
I'm
months.
going to wander down that lonely, deserted street and get my bag.
Wait, you should stay with me, Professor. You haven't got a gun.
I'm gonna go down that
There's no need to
lowly,
worry. Everyone's
deserted
already
street.
Some of the dialogue
I
in
left
this
my
is
stuff
just
with Mr. Nastas.
comedic
You
gold.
remember him.
Like, there's a line coming up that John says that it's not supposed to be funny, but I find it absolutely
Okay.
hilarious.
Well, meet me in a couple minutes.
Affirmative. A couple of minutes.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, that's what happens.
Well, there goes the faith of humanity.
Just sort of watches. Cat over on YouTube. How have finals been for you? Is that like a parry sort of thing?
If they get too close and you have a gun, then you can do that.
Next time, try not believing in reincarnation.
I think he's gone.
All right, but now I get to point out one of my favorite aspects of this game. These zombies will not go down unless you shoot them in the head,
Right.
which is I love. Like there's Left 4 Dead, and like they did all right with it with realism, where it's like, oh, you kill them by shooting them in the head, but do enough damage to their body and they'll go down.
Right.
In this game, you can shoot them in the body all you want and they will stay up. Glad to see I'm not all that rusty.
So, like it's like you said before. There's also a story to
Oh
this.
boy.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Do I have Deadeye? What's my Deadeye button?
Oh boy.
What's
there's
my
a-
Deadeye button? Oh, hold on, I'll figure it out. I'll be with you in just a moment.
Let's go for a swim.
I think it's there we go.
Finals, no super heavy final preps, and end year exams, trimester exams, and finals in 2 weeks. Ah, so finals at the end. So you're still really busy, basically.
Now act dead, please.
So is this a sort of factor where if John dies that he just dies, it's game over. It doesn't show him as an infected.
Anyone here?
No, you only get that at the end.
Hello?
Oh, so
Anyone
he
here?
gets infected at the end.
Yeah,
Oh.
like he dies, and then at the end of the game you continue
Come out.
as Zombie John. He
okay.
rises from the grave, and you get to play as Zombie John.
Come out.
What do you do as Zombie John?
It's the same thing as normal John. Like the story behind it is that even though John is a zombie, he still has a soul of a man. So that's why he still has a conscience. That's the lore.
Okay.
This is it. This is the line.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's coming. It's in this cutscene.
For 3 years from the smallpox.
Okay.
Your mama was dead?
Cat Cat says my professor got me a cupcake for my birthday though. That was great.
Hey,
Happy belated
yeah,
birthday.
happy belated birthday. You said you were turning 21 or 22 last time, I think.
You weren't.
I don't remember. Sorry.
Sure. You like to
But
drink.
again, happy belated
but
birthday.
You weren't bad.
I like to drink.
Sure.
Your
you
drink
were
to that.
company of women, but you weren't bad, mister. You weren't.
This
No
is
one deserves to have their blood drunk.
I love that line. No one deserves to have their
You
blood
wanna use his
drunk.
fist.
My dad was watching.
That damn
my,
vampire.
My dad was watching when he said that, and he started laughing. And he kept saying it.
Oh, 20 today.
True, mister. It
Okay.
weren't.
Happy
You
20th.
said your mother was dead.
2 decades.
Mr. Braithwaite. He's been dead
Time to
years.
begin your life as an
And
adult.
then yesterday,
Truly.
walking down that street eating dogs.
I still feel like
And he
you're
loved
not really
animals.
truly an adult until you're past
All the
25.
dead folk have come back
Is that
to
so?
life, Mr.
That's what I think.
Only they ain't had
Because there's like so much you have to go through even as you're going through your mid 20s.
All the dead folk?
all the folk buried at the cemetery over by the churchyard.
But then again, I'm also of the
I want to go have a look. You want
What
to
is it?
come?
I already seen my mama. I don't need to see any more of my relatives.
my brain is going.
Here, mister. Take this.
The philosophy, I guess, or the way of
Maybe
thinking.
you can put
Them's
their
big
souls to
words.
rest.
What are you, a scholar?
I'd be a scholar. I'd be a dumb scholar, but I'd be a scholar.
Ain't no such thing as a
I
dumb
mean,
scholar. It's an
yes,
oxymoron
there
if I
is.
ever heard of one.
Negative.
Burn him. Burn him real
Anyways,
good
I'm
here.
of the way of thinking that if,
Back you. Back to the depths of hell.
but you can burn them too.
Yeah. Instead of a knife, you get a torch. And then watch. I'll just put it in my pocket.
Does the torch ever go out?
No, it's the eternal flame.
Oxymoron? It's like a contradictory thing. It's
Like
like
if-
jumbo shrimp.
Or it's a little big.
Yeah. Little big or
It's you put two words together in the same sentence that
That
will
mean the opposites.
yes, they'll contradict each other. Jumbo shrimp.
like a dumb scholar.
dumb scholar. All right, I ain't gotta run anywhere. I got a horse.
What was I saying?
Something
Way of
about
thinking
way of
that-
thinking.
I forget now. You found your dead eye?
Yeah, it's the right stick. Here we go. Yeehaw.
Let's go.
Sorry, we're not watching.
You really weren't watching. Great gameplay.
Hey, I mean, they can't get everything perfect. I mean, the horse mechanics and even your walking is a little bit clunky in this game, but they patched it up in the second game.
Yeah.
They were just experimenting with this game.
Well, they did a good job.
To
with the
be
experimentation.
honest though, like back when this game came out, it had the best horse physics of any game at the
It
time.
did,
So
yeah.
it held its mark.
You know
Like
what
when
game?
I first
you
played
know
this game, I was like, "Oh my god, I've never seen such a realistic horse." Wait a minute. Where's my golden gun?
Do you know what the second best horse game is?
What?
Barbie Horse Adventures.
That's true. I will agree with you on that.
Like enter only, do not enter. Not really.
Where's my guns?
Oxymoron. Like the examples we just gave you are probably the best examples. Trying to think of more.
Where's my golden guns? Why didn't I get them on?
Yeah, what does Golden Gun do?
No, it's
Why are you
just.
putting cheats on?
I'm not. I'm looking for golden guns.
What does that do?
Just makes my guns gold.
So this what's the story in this so far? What are you supposed to be doing?
Right now, I'm trying to find a cure to save my family. And I met that girl, and she said, "Oh, the dead are rising up. You gotta go stop the dead." And then John's like, "Well, maybe if I stop the dead, it'll bring a cure." So now I'm going to the cemetery to kill.
You gotta try.
burn the
Gotta try
coffins.
something, right?
Yeah, I gotta do something. I mean, what else are you gonna do? Uh-oh.
Crunch, crunch. So these are basically the type of zombies that I would expect there to be in a real life apocalypse.
Yeah.
They're not too fast, but they're not slow either.
Right.
They act like they're reanimated dead, or that they're.
Right.
That's got some range on it. For a double barrel?
I got a double header. One more. How'd you like
Poor
that?
woman.
She ain't with us no more. Oh, he's still with us.
See you next time around.
Do they ever find out what causes this?
Yeah.
You said a curse?
Yeah, it was a curse from some Aztec treasure or something.
Okay.
Big boy.
Big boy. You know what I don't understand
What?
is oh
So now we're introduced to the so-called special zombies of the game. He's a bruiser. He'll stumble towards you, but if he gets close enough, he'll do a charge attack like a charger. This also was released close with Left 4 Dead 2, and you might see some resemblance with the specials. Just saying. Yeah, I've had enough of you. Got a repeater.
what I don't understand is they're in cemeteries, right?
Correct.
Most dead that are buried in cemeteries are not recent.
About skeletons.
They should be skeleton.
I think I was a little cold. I mean, that's kind of what I do because like I'm naturally just this walking piece of ice, so I gotta stay warm. So
Clearly.
I throw on a coat, I throw on a couple more layers, and then I just light myself on fire. It lasts for a bit, but then I get cold again.
Just let myself in.
It's a tough life. Tough life for me.
So, Cat, since you're still with us, what would be your preferred loadout for a zombie apocalypse? What weapons would you have? What tools would you have to survive?
Oh
Boy.
goodness. Punch. Oh, they're coming up on me. Gotta get to a vantage point.
We have to fill out like two
Yeah.
bars or something.
Those 2 dots up there. Gotta fill those out. I can fill one out instantly by going up to those survivors and giving them ammo, but that just kills the fun.
I see. And this is another one where you gotta tap the button. Never shot a gun before.
To run.
Yeah, gotta tap it to run.
Yeah, that's
So you've
that's-
never shot
that's
a gun
kind of a
before.
rock star cliche. I've shot a gun like once.
Shot a gun.
I shot 3 different.
Multiple
I shot
times.
3 different guns once. Tell them about the time that you fell on your ass by shooting a shotgun.
Oh, I did. So I was, I forget what. How old were we?
I like this. I wasn't there.
I thought you
was
were.
just told the story, and I thought it was,
I swear you.
and
were
I
there.
thought it was funny.
I swear you were there because
I was
you
not
were
there.
shooting with us.
No, I wasn't there.
Anyways, I don't know
I
how
would've- I
long
would've
ago it
remembered
was.
seeing
I think
that.
I think I was 14, 15. I want to say, maybe. And so we were out shooting guns in my grandparents' backyard, or across the road or something, whatever you want to call it. And they hand me a 12 gauge shotgun. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. So I shoot it. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. And they were just swapping guns around so that we could get a feel for all of them. And excuse me. And apparently my grandfather takes the choke at the very end of the nozzle and puts it all the way up without me knowing. Hands me the 12 gauge again. And I literally go and I aim and I shoot and I go, ah! I screamed. My leg went in the air. I almost tripped and fell on my butt. But
Bank's on fire.
the bank's on fire. And my dad and my grandfather were laughing their butts off. And I'm like, what just happened? It didn't have this much kick before.
Is that an
Is that American pastime, shooting things and whatnot?
Well, it's.
I mean,
Fortunately, it's not my American
it's-
pastime, but
it
I
is-
would. In some places, yes. you
it's
just go
pretty
out
much
to-
the American
go
stereotype,
out to
yes.
shoot
But
guns.
with the way America is now, so many people are offended by guns that
Mm-hmm.
it's really not a pastime anymore. Baseball's not even a pastime
Nope,
anymore.
not anymore. What would you say is our American pastime now?
It's definitely football, American football.
But does everyone play football?
No. What does everyone do? Complain.
That's our complaining. Being offended.
Being
That's our
offended. That's
American-
our pastime.
That's our
being
American
offended.
pastime.
I hate
Being
it.
offended.
Folks okay?
But no, I learned to shoot fairly young, and we every couple of years they would have us take us out shooting and everything, just to experience it more.
What's going on?
I tended to be a pretty good marksman.
Ain't it always?
I remember one time I was using a hunting rifle with a scope, and I used it and I hit the bullseye, but the kick of it, the scope hit my eye, and they said I got scope eye. My eye was black for like a week and a half.
Off topic here. I ain't a
Like
wise
that
man,
hurt.
but I have
I never wanted to shoot a scope again.
These creatures ain't like any foreigners I've ever seen.
Thanks for the input.
But my dad and my uncle and my grandfather all told me, oh, it happens to everybody who shoots scopes.
Not me.
Don't worry. It does.
It didn't happen to me. I shot a scope. Both rifles I shot had a scope on it. I
America
didn't
and
do
the
it. I
United
knew
Kingdom
better.
being offended and complaining. Absolutely. And I hate it.
Ain't that the truth? Cheers to that.
Don't cheers to that. I hate it. I will complain about that because it's stupid.
Listen, I'm sorry to interrupt your happy reminiscences. Is there anything
Yeah,
I can
really.
do to
We
help?
are.
Holding up on a
We
roof
are a
is
happy
one of the
How
best
we can
things to do.
survive.
You don't even know if a zombie can climb.
They're just complaining about how their marriage is falling apart. You know,
It's been a real pleasure.
You know, zombies killing the world. Oh, our marriage.
the woman's racist and the man is, not living up to her standards.
What a jerk.
Pretty ridiculous. Even in the apocalypse, people got to complain about their home lives. Got to complain about what they don't have.
You one of them, mister?
Now, Mister's about to get
I
shot.
look like one of them.
Don't
I mean, yeah.
The
made that mistake before, lost half our number.
I ain't one of them, you fool.
Well, how do I know?
They can't speak.
I ain't taking no
That's some
chances.
good logic right
Kill
there.
him. He's one of them.
No, I ain't.
Don't take no chances, Silas.
Have it your way, all right? Listen. I ain't coming no closer.
Hey, come no closer.
Do you know what's going on?
It's the glass eye. The freak with a glass eye. He caused this.
No. It's the snake oil man. These poor folks have been drugged.
I blame the Mexicans. They haven't been struck down.
All right, we heard a lot of stories, mister. Some
Look at
say
those
it's the
garlic
moon.
bites.
Some say
Bring
it's
'em up here.
drugs. Hey,
Bring
don't
up
come
those
no closer
Parmesan
now.
garlic.
Stay
Bring out those
back.
Parmesan bites.
Those
Want
Parmesan.
some of them Parmesan bites?
It's worse than
Yeah.
New Orleans. Must be where it
Got some
came from.
Parmesan
Looks
bites.
like I'm headed down to New
Cheers.
Orleans.
Rattlesnake
What do you
bites,
say,
except
snake
they ain't
oil?
It's the
jalapenos.
glass eye.
I blame
Those
the
are good, though.
Mexicans.
Oh, Connie McTavish, you don't know
Everybody's
nothing.
racist
You
in
always
this
was
game.
an ignorant shrew. I bet your husband's glad he's dead.
Well, at least my husband never took favors from the stargazers.
Oh, you cow.
Sorry, you hillbilly white trash.
Yeah, now how are we gonna rebuild America like this? Now, see, I thought we had it all decided. It's gonna be
I was about to say, because you said you're half Mexican,
I
right?
should have
Who happens
laughed
to
harder
be-
than I should have.
He's like
blamed
quarter
the
Get this
Mexican,
all
I
worked
think.
out.
quarter
Yeah.
Have yourself a fine America. And good luck.
on my mother's side.
We never had that decided. We decided we would hold elections, and then I
Look
would
out.
be Jason Reed.
It's behind you.
I mean, gravy. I
Where
mean,
is it?
folk respect me.
I am the new king.
Oh, it's
Archibald
just checking
Andrews
out
Reed.
the
Now,
situation,
take
admiring,
There it is.
admiring the breeze. Look out. No. If only we could have stopped it.
This game takes place in Texas-Mexico border, or
yeah, about that. Yeah. I'll save you.
you missed the head.
Got it the second time. She's gonna get up.
Yeah, she's gonna get up. What a way to live, though.
Get
You're-
down.
You're a zombie. You die, but you come right back.
You don't remember though.
No, I mean, welcome April. Came in at the right moment. Shooting some zombie in the head.
That's the right.
Tip my
moment.
hat to you, ma'am.
I keep sprinting everywhere. I forget that I have a horse.
There's your horse running away from all this.
Another one of my
into the fire.
No, you silly creature.
That horse wanted to die.
Attaboy.
I've seen enough of this left.
I really hope sometime during this stream we find one of the 4 apocalypse horses. That was another one of my
Oh
favorite.
right, yeah.
that was another
they
one of my
added-
favorite
They
additions.
added the 4 of
Yeah,
them.
you can find the 4 horses of the apocalypse scattered around the map, and each of them has a special power. It's pretty cool.
So what's the premise? What's the log of what you got to do in terms of quest lines?
So right now, I just spoke to those. What's going on up here? Something's going on. Oh, some survivors are holding up. So basically, John's just trying to find a cure for his family, and that's what he was asking all those people. He's like, "What's going on? You know, do you know what's going on? How do I fix this?" And all those people pointed. They named names of people that he knows, like the Glass Eye Man. John knows that guy. The Snake Oil Man, he knows that guy. So now he's going to go find those people to be like, is this your doing? How do I fix this? It's basically the plot here.
There's only 1 survivor left.
There's 3.
Oh, there's 3.
Yeah. Okay, there might be 2 now. That guy took a dive.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Breaking the lines. Okay, that might be it. Nope, that's it. I couldn't save him.
No, hopefully they had ammo.
That's okay.
Rocks.
It might not be okay. I'm low on ammo. Uh-oh.
So I've asked this question a few times, trying to get more input, see what other people would do. April and Cat, what would your zombie apocalypse loadout be? What weapons and tools would you have? Where would you go? What's your safe haven? Unencountered towns, huh?
Yeah, we can get supplies here if we liberate the town. Madness! They're coming. Get off the railroad, John! John's a bit silly today. Oh, wait, don't shoot my horse. Trying not to.
What are you guys doing? Like, I'm trying to wonder if that's really how his voice actor sounds like.
I don't know. I've seen videos of Arthur Morgan's voice actor, and he kind of just naturally sounds like Arthur Morgan. But I haven't watched videos of John Marston's voice actor, so I don't know if that's what he naturally sounds like.
If he does,
Like I once
man.
met an anime voice actor, and, and the characters that she voiced were like the really high-pitched girls.
Yeah.
And when I met her in real life, she naturally sounds like that. Like her voice is just naturally high.
Interesting.
They're still with us.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Bit too strong for you, you lightweight. Don't worry, you get used to it. Put some hair on your chest.
Right. I don't have hair on my chest.
Thanks, Dad. See, you can't. I don't think you can do that, or at least I don't remember you being able to do that, like easy execution in the second game, because it is definitely a little overpowered in the first game.
Right.
You just wait for them to get close and then boom. Ooh, that's a
triple
trifecta right there. Cheers to that. That's some good stuff.
Yeah,
I like to see that again. That's the play of the game. Oh, I'm out of rifle ammo.
Where'd he go?
Just a pistol left. See, looting the corpses doesn't really give you enough. Ammo is actually kind of scarce in this, which I like.
Right.
Because there will be situations where you'll just be fighting, you'll get lost in yourself fighting a horde of zombies, and then before you know it, uh-oh, you out of ammo, boy. Ooh, I got a sniper rifle. Alright. So we liberated this town. And when a town is liberated, you can fast travel to it and come back to it for occasional supplies. But it's kind of cool because every so often, zombies will stroll back into the town and you'll have to save it again. And if you don't save it in time, then it gets overrun. And when you come back, there's no survivors to help you. And it's just filled with the undead. You can still liberate it, since there's no survivors to help fend off the undead, it gets taken by the zombies faster.
Right.
So it's kind of cool. It adds a little bit of management to what you're doing. Where's my horse? It's stuck over there. I can see it. It's stuck. Oh my goodness. Did you see that? The guy rode his horse up to the fence. He got lit on fire, and now he's dead. Poor guy. Man, the wild west is it's tough.
Lumbago's getting you, man.
This is the game that would do it to you. Birth of
Conservation movement.
Oh, this is a fun mission.
So basically, all the missions that pop up are they main story for this?
The letters that you see, those are main story missions. But if you see question marks, then that's just a side quest.
Okay.
Just to give you something else, which is cool. But zombie wolves.
Are they
See,
zombies?
all the animals are zombies too.
What?
Yeah, you're doing right. But
Except
just
your
like
horse.
just like all the other zombies, they can be taken out with a headshot. Easy as that. So the toughest grizzly bear you can think of just takes one headshot. Your horse can even turn into a zombie if you're not careful.
Oh.
Indeed. And then you'll just come across cannibals like this. I
Oh,
said,
he's a cannibal.
he is. Look at him. Look at all he's eating. All these bones that he's eating. He's like, come on, join me. Have a bite. No. Get out of here. You're free.
You're free.
I'll be your supplies. I don't abide by that cannibalism. Oh, fun.
He was a swell little fellow though.
Gave me a treasure map. I kind of like the treasure hunting in this game. I mean, maybe I've just gotten worse, but the treasure hunting in the second game was way too hard for me. I had to watch walkthroughs. I found one treasure on my own, and the rest I just had no idea where to start.
What's it like in for hunting treasure?
You look at the map, and then it'll give you a landmark, and most of the time it's a landmark that a story quest will take you to, so it's easier to figure it out.
Right.
This is an interesting mission.
I got one, mister. Hey, I got one.
Got what, mister?
The damn Sasquatch. The filthy thing was going to eat my dog when this girl hollered out.
Sasquatch,
And I
huh?
shot the thing right through the heart. Boom, like that.
You feeling all right, mister?
Sir, did you just waste a bullet?
You just wasted a bullet on a Sasquatch.
No Sasquatch running around here. Nor no place else. They're made up.
There's Sasquatches every place, cowboy.
See, I think the reason why the Sasquatch is in this is because a Sasquatch in like a Rockstar game has always been like this weird myth that Rockstar fans and developers have always made fun of. So they keep putting Sasquatches in like all their games.
Kill him.
For some reason, I don't know
I
why.
ain't afraid of you, you dumb hairy bastards.
Most of the time it's a hoax, but in this game they're actually real. It's weird. Like, cause one of the things that they did was that there's zombies in the this is a zombie outbreak, but then they like add in a bunch of mythical creatures. Like there's the Sasquatches that just roam around. There's a chupacabra at one point. There's the horses of the apocalypse, and then there's a unicorn that you can get.
I forgot about the unicorn.
The unicorn is pretty
that's
cool.
the rarest
that's
one,
the
right?
best horse in the game. But you gotta complete all the.
DKGB
Ooh,
just followed us
DKGB.
on.
Thank you for the
on,
follow.
DLive, thank you. We appreciate that.
Wow, we've been up.
Cheers to that.
We've been up for.
We've been up. We've
on
been
our
up for
first time. We got
like an
two
hour.
followers on DLive.
Our first time on
pretty
DLive,
cool.
and we get 2 followers. Awesome.
That is pretty cool. All right,
Be sure to like and subscribe while you're at it.
where are these things? Over here. Can't hunt a Sasquatch without the proper rifle.
So you actually have to hunt and kill the Sasquatch?
Yes,
Man, I can't take that mission.
it's an interest. It's a
I
weird.
can't
mission.
do that. I can't do that to Sasquatch. Like, I really couldn't. I couldn't bring myself to do
Oh, that's a cougar.
You know, my school mascot was a cougar.
Was it?
Yeah.
Mine was a blue devil. Oh, I can't hit that. A little closer. Oh, he's pulling serpentines on me. I don't think I killed it. Ah!
Pulling serpentines on me.
Don't you kill me. Yeah, just chew on that horse for a bit.
Jeez.
I think I got him. Well, I lost my horse, darn it. Now I
Yeah,
get
chew on that.
now I gotta hunt a Sasquatch on foot. All right, where is
Where
it?
do you get another horse?
I gotta wait a little bit. There's a pack of wolves over there. This is tough.
Five?
Go 5 more.
What the heck?
What, you thought there was just one Sasquatch?
Yeah.
Hell no, boy.
Also, why are they in Texas and Mexico?
They could be anywhere.
They
They go where
they're
they
native.
go where they please. Why do you think you can't find them?
Because
Because they just keep walking.
Their lore is in frickin' all of Canada. It's like the upper.
Canada?
Yeah,
They're all over the U.S., according to Bigfoot hunters.
they're up northern U.S. and Canada.
What have you been watching?
It's not what I've been
They're
watching.
everywhere.
It's where What?
What's wrong? What's wrong? Oh.
Oh. You go,
I
what's
see.
wrong?
You brought friends for dinner.
Well, you scared all the Sasquatches away.
Sorry about that.
That growl from a bear. Thought I heard a bear growl. Yeah, I thought I heard that.
Yeah, there was one more. Chasing after that woman.
You're right. She ain't safe yet.
You go, what's wrong? What's wrong?
I mean,
Help me!
I mean, she was fast. Uh-oh. Oh, man. That was a little too slow.
You go, you're right. One more. Double tap.
No, I got it. He's definitely not getting off on that one.
I don't know. There's been a lot of headless zombies in Left 4 Dead
Well,
lately.
that's a different type of game. Zombie boar?
Dead zombie boar.
Now you're double dead.
What about you can't like what do the corpses give you?
I think bones.
Oh yeah, I guess.
You can eventually you can use that stuff as ammo.
Eventually.
Yes, once you get a certain gun, you can use it as ammo.
Okay. Bear.
Yay! With the smallest gun in the game, you're dead. See how easy that is? Play with it. I'll take it with me. All right,
You're a
where's
terrible person.
this? Hey, it was self-defense.
Playing with a corpse. No better than that cannibal you shot.
I didn't eat it. I'm
No
still
better.
better than him. All right, there you are.
A woman.
His cousin didn't that. Cousin Yogi had some words.
Yogi and Smokey.
Damn.
Bet.
All right, I probably scared the Sasquatch away. Thanks for that, Yogi.
There's one.
I hear someone with a Gatling gun. I'm a crack shot. All right, a few more. Stop.
Man, this is something.
I think it's something.
Wildlife
playing this.
becoming zombies. So
There's
many
another
things
bird.
depicted as only humans becoming zombies.
I feel like if animals do become zombies, like I'd say that might be one of your bigger threats.
That's the end of life, as you know it.
Where are we gonna get our meat?
What if the plants carried the virus or the infection or the curse or whatever it is, too? Like, you're really screwed.
You're still with us.
Rawr. X3 followed us
Hey.
on DLive. Thank you for that.
3 followers.
3 followers.
That's great.
Our first
Thank
day
you.
on first time on DLive.
Thank you
Awesome.
very much. There you
There's
are.
You missed. He's like,
It's alright, he's deaf.
he looked at you too. He goes, huh?
Oh, excuse me, sir.
Oh, please do excuse me.
Have you come to my new trading post? Alright. I keep beating him back into the woods. Just further and further back.
3 followers in like the first hour. That's awesome.
It is really great.
See, I told you I had a feeling about this.
You only know because of PewDiePie.
I do, but still, I had a good feeling.
You
about
follow
it.
him like a messiah.
I don't. I like his content. I don't follow him like that. What is DLive anyways? It's another streaming service. Kind of like Twitch and YouTube streaming, which what you're watching on right now.
You don't say. You're a smart one. You are a scholar.
I'm a dumb scholar.
Gentleman and a scholar.
You delve into it more than I do. Why don't you give a better explanation?
Pretty much sums it up. It's a,
What was that? What was that icon on your minimap?
what?
There was a white clover.
Oh,
like
it was
thing.
it's a plant.
Yeah, it's basically another streaming service. Right now we are streaming on 3 different platforms: DLive, Twitch, and YouTube. Spreading ourselves out there, getting notoriety, and apparently, like we've said, we've gotten 3 followers in the past hour. Our very first time being on DLive, so it's kind of cool. Kind of enjoying it. And now that I'm finished with my... How are you not done with that? I thought you'd drink those like it's your lifeblood.
I gotta savor it. Otherwise it'll be gone in the blink of an eye.
I gotta drink my G Fuel now.
Almost done. We get to spy on them from the top of the cliff.
Don't. Another thing I kind of always liked about this game is literally the wildlife will sneak up on you.
Right. There were so many times I lost one of my best horses to a cougar that just decided to pay me a visit.
I mean, you are playing Red Dead Redemption. What's that got to do with the price of gas? What were we talking about before?
What are you talking about?
That's what Cat says. Cat says,
you
I mean,
talking
you
to?
are playing RDR. I'm hunting Sasquatch. Be very, very quiet. Can you not loot them?
You can't. They got nothing for you. It's just, all they serve is just a congratulations. You killed a Sasquatch. How do you feel?
Yeah, how do you feel? Price of gas. Right? It's funny.
It's
Hilarious topic.
It's in its low state right now. I think we should be thankful.
It's kind of rising up more. Dude, I'm gonna walk away
What's wrong?
if you shoot this guy.
Shoot me, human. Shoot me. Oh, I will, you foul creature of the night.
See, they killed it with this, making the
Why's
Sasquatch
that?
talk to you.
Keep you from eating more babies?
What in the name of all the traits are you talking about, human?
That
You
chubby
eat babies.
Sasquatch.
You have to survive. Everyone knows that. Ain't your fault.
We eat berries and mushrooms, you fool. We did. Now none of us are left. Some maniac's been murdering us.
Yeah, that damn maniac.
The last of my kind. We've lived in these hills 1,000 years.
This is hurting me.
You eat babies.
That's
You're
all.
talking to a Sasquatch.
That's all he has to.
John Marston.
That's his only. That's his only reciprocation to this lament from the Sasquatch. You eat babies.
Is gone.
That's one of those stereotypical American things. I think you're referring to the price of gas.
Yeah, kind of.
I can't take it anymore.
So, do I shoot him or no?
Make it stop.
What would you do? This is a Telltale game now.
My heart is literally broken right now.
Congratulations on completing the quest. It's okay, he's not the only one. If you go back out into the forest, there's like hundreds of them. So, it's all a lie. Is this a zombie horse? It is. Now the weird thing about the zombie horse is that even though it has improved stamina, you don't look so good, my friend. You look a little ill. Here's your medicine. Okay, I'm sorry, but you turned.
Jeez.
Let's go.
All right. So anyway, The zombie horse has higher resilience, more stamina. However, it will disobey you. So you'll see it'll just jerk off to the side. That's because the zombie horse is like acting on its own. And I don't think we can we get up this? Good boy. We're probably not going to get up that. Unless Kingdom Mountain.
Yeah.
I think this is another town.
Man.
What? You still lamenting over the Sasquatch?
Yes!
They ain't real, boy.
You don't know that.
I do know that. Why haven't we found one?
Why haven't we explored all the ocean yet?
Because it's too deep for our submarines?
Oh, I see. I don't believe that for an instant.
Why not?
I don't believe it.
You don't think that the pressure that the sea has is fake? Why don't you go down there?
Because I'm afraid of the deep.
Maybe that's why everyone else doesn't want to go down there.
Well, there you go.
They don't want to see a giant anglerfish when they dive down a couple
Oh, yeah?
inches.
What about, okay, how about you go into the witch woods? We'll find Sasquatch.
I won't find Sasquatch. I'll find a witch.
You'll find Sasquatch in the witch woods.
I'm in trouble. They were doing some exploits. That was a zombie version of Jedediah Bastion. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. I think I'm out of close quarter combat.
What the heck?
I need to get to a vantage point. Yeah, I'm out of everything. Just got the rifle. I gotta get up high. Stop. I need a ladder. Give me some ladder.
Give me some tail back to...
I was gonna say, oh, that didn't even stop him. Come at me.
Bird.
Sorry about that.
He's not sorry.
Excuse me, boy.
We eat berries and mushrooms.
Learn your place. All right.
You eat babies.
You eat babies. The murderer has killed the last of my kind. I'm the only one. You eat babies. If you say so. It's like if that makes you happy. I gotta be wise about this. You might as well be dead.
You gotta be wise.
The only way to be wise is to make them less wise. How do you make them less wise? You remove their brain. Like that?
Sure.
Thanks, man. Alright, now hopefully we can use that dynamite to our advantage. Alright, let's lure them to a stack. We can find one. I can't find one. Ooh, that frame rate. See that? Heck yeah.
Your horse
Was that my horse?
was trying to die.
It's already dead.
It said, "End me." Again.
I'll be glad to if I can get a normal horse next time.
So this was an overrun town, or was it just...
It was overrun, yes. Yeah, there are. Looks like they've forgotten about it. Finally.
You just find a bolt action rifle, just...
Sweet. I like this game.
So there's still some outfits and stuff you haven't unlocked yet?
In this game, they give you 3 new outfits.
But you still have to
Maybe
unlock
2.
them.
Yes. You have to unlock them by doing the challenges they give you. Gives you something to do. If not the not
Do
the
they
main story.
carry over into the other one?
They do not.
Oh.
Alright. We're gonna fast travel here, I hope. I don't think we can do that. Maybe I have to go home.
I hope I can do that.
Here we go. Which one was it? I think it was this one.
You think?
Yeah, I think. That'll bring us the closest to our next objective.
Which is?
I think it's your favorite character.
Lumbago dude?
No, he's dead. I shot him already.
Then who?
Well, you love that. You love that parody so much.
Which one?
The only one. Is this it? There we go. Might be here. There's only one I know of. There's only one you probably know of.
The gamer poop one?
Yes.
I don't know which one you're talking about.
It's your favorite character. What? I mean, what?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Man, I wish I could find one of the apocalypse horses.
Is it Miss McFarlane?
Yeah.
I don't remember what she says or does.
You're wrong.
I really don't.
You're lying.
I recognize
You're
it.
lying.
I don't remember.
You are lying. You're lying through your teeth.
I'm not. I'm
You
a
are
man of my
lying
word.
through your teeth.
I don't lie.
You remember.
I don't.
You remember the wonderful nights you had with Miss McFarlane?
I've never known a Miss McFarlane.
You darn right you do.
So some survivors are still alive.
Yeah. Stop.
Good night, pal. I'll blow your non-existent brains out.
I'll blow your non-existent brains out, he says. Focus.
Nope.
It's not focusing. Can't get more focus than that.
It's not focused.
How does he do it? Ooh, that's a revolver. Sweet.
You're a joke.
Yikes. That was a close one. One's coming. Or so I thought.
You got some company.
Maybe we should stream that game next.
It's not zombies.
It's close enough.
No, it's an alien. You can't.
Close enough.
No, it's
Look at
not.
you, smart guy.
It is. I'm a dumb scholar.
Nerdicious, malicious man and a scholar.
Nerds rule the world.
What are you talking about, nerds? I didn't say nerd. I said nerdicious, malicious scholar.
Sure. Whatever that means.
It's, it means you're a great person and everyone loves you.
That is absolutely not true.
How do you know? Look it up. Probably one of your scholar books.
I can't.
I'm sorry, I'm not the one that didn't learn to read. You're the scholar, you know how to read. Stop lying to me. You're lying all night. Mother says if you lie, you go to hell.
I mean, it is where I'm headed. What can I say?
At least now.
Hey,
see,
that was a bloater.
See, now you're not lying.
What is it? What is it? Bruiser?
Bruiser.
Slugger?
Bruiser.
Champ?
Oh.
Get another triple.
Stop.
That's not a triple.
Oh, baby. Triple. It's uh-oh. That guy's in a heap of trouble. It is kind of cool that after you like fulfill your quota, then all the zombies turn and come towards and come at you.
Oh,
That's
I
kinda
didn't
cool.
notice that. I thought it was just get the remaining. You got no ring.
This is the remaining, but all the remaining turn to come after you.
Why don't you just use your torch for everything?
Because it's slow and it's dangerous.
It's not dangerous.
Says you. Who's playing the game, me or you?
But
That's a good shot.
fire, Molotovs. I guess they didn't call it Molotov back in the day.
Hey, barkeep, I'll take a sarsaparilla. Uno cerveza.
Sarsaparilla, sarsaparilla.
Uno cerveza, por favor.
Uno cerveza, por favor.
Oh, this is gonna be good. Alright, gotta get to submissions.
Thank you all very much.
I can't tell. Hello, when YouTube does that. And it's gone for an hour already.
Yep.
Time sure does fly when you're having fun.
Already accomplished so much.
I've noticed
Like Sasquatch.
I've noticed that as I'm like doing my southern accent, like I switch between Joel, Arthur Morgan, and Ellis. And then a bit of Uber Hexer Nova Shane.
Shane.
Like I switch between 4 different southern accents. I can't just pick one.
Anyone else?
Where's my horse?
Where's my horse?
Where's my horse? Damn it.
Give me your horse.
I need a horse. My kingdom for a horse. There you are.
Your entire kingdom?
Yes,
Just a
for
horse?
just a horse. You can get another kingdom once you've got a horse.
Are you sure about that?
Pretty sure.
Hey,
Hey, new
another
follower.
halfling bard just followed us.
Thank you
on
for
DLive.
following.
Thank you. 4 followers. I got a good feeling about it.
Sure, man. Maybe they're all like. What if they could be bots? We haven't gotten anybody chatting, unfortunately. I mean, we're all for it.
Yeah, but
I love chatting. I love people asking questions and us asking questions.
I like interacting with the.
Oh, there it is. So another halfling.
So it says you've
bard.
got 2
How long have you been streaming?
since February or early January or late January. I mean, isn't that when we started?
Around that time, February or January is when we started.
Super sus. SUS. But yeah, we've only been streaming. We this is our first time on DLive, but we've been streaming on Twitch and YouTube for better part of 2.5 months, I would say.
7 months now.
Several months, maybe 3. We have a consistent schedule so far of doing it every Wednesday night, I should say. At least Eastern
Every
time.
Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. It's a life and death situation. Come on now.
Get a hold of yourself, boy.
Dude. What is going on? There we go. Just a little bit rusty. Just a little bit rusty. Couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. A little. Yeah.
You know what I
He's
think it
still
is?
with us. Aim for the head, people. That's like 4:30 Central, right? Is that right?
Central. It might be either 4:30 or 3:30.
That's an hour. Yeah.
Because I think
An hour
think
behind.
Central is considered an hour before, and I think then it's Midwest, not Midwestern, but Rocky time, where all that is, and then there's West Coast. So I'm pretty sure it is 4:30 Central. Don't shoot that thing.
I think it's an enemy. I think it is. I have to shoot it.
He's running away.
It needs to die. It's a
Innocent
zombie
dog.
dog.
Innocent dog.
It's a zombie dog. It's either them or me. That's a screensaver if I ever saw it.
Yeah.
Dude!
He said,
These
nope.
guys are smart.
Confused French noises. Exactly. Can you demonstrate a confused French noise for us?
If you can type it, that'd be impressive. Alright, let's get back down on the ground.
Need that. Ooh, there's a broken ankle.
Goodness gracious.
Go back here. In the back, Captain. Cool.
I gotta find the ammo pits.
Hon hon hon.
I see what you did.
That is as stereotypical as it gets. Hon hon hon, we baguette. Oui baguette, le petit cochon.
What's the first thing you think of when you think of French?
When I think of French,
Yes.
like, are we talking about food or are we
Anything.
just anything?
What's the first thing you think? Hey! Hey!
Let me in.
You wouldn't do it.
He just sort of hung there.
And now my feet's on fire. My pants! They're on fire!
Yes.
I just need to talk to the
probably-
leader so I know what they need so I can go get it for myself.
Probably croissants.
I think of Lumiere from Beauty and the Beast.
Lumiere, but
That's
beauty,
the first thing I think of.
because be our guest.
No, because he's strong. He's a strong Frenchman.
He's a candle.
He's a strong
He's a
Frenchman.
he's a candlestick.
Have you watched the movie?
The-
You
the
uncultured
new one?
swine. No, just the movie, or even the story. Have you read a book? You scholar.
Nope.
He turned.
What
he's-
an insult.
He's human.
Oui, Eiffel Tower, hon baguette.
Oh,
Now you're speaking our language.
repeater. Reminds me of the time when we had a Russian fan on Twitch, and he's like, "Do you know any Russian?" And then just like vodka, and
Just
they're
like
like,
vodka. And he's like, oh yeah.
they're like, "Sukabye." That's all I know.
Potato bring great power.
Putin, real man.
Putin wrestle bears. Putin make great music.
Stop. Does he sing?
I think he does, maybe.
Good for him.
He also, wins. He's like Kim Jong Un if Kim Jong Un was Russian.
I see.
Like everybody worships him.
I think he's more worshipped on the internet side.
Yeah.
Than anything.
He banned.
Are you
memes.
kidding me? I got stuck on the door hinge. What the heck?
Those big toes of yours.
Stay back, you creatures of the night. Stop. You can't pass.
Oh my god.
See how dangerous the torch can be? Just do the insta-kill, please. Oh, the sun is shining right in my eye.
I see that. Did I close them the wrong way?
You might have.
Let me go
Correct that. Small little problem.
go remedy the situation.
Not gonna waste a bullet. Ah! That is much better. playing that calm music yet. There's still one more. Well, that was a bit of a brawl. Nothing like sharing scratches with zombies to get the blood pumping.
I can't get it on my head. Yeah, didn't someone marry the Eiffel Tower?
I think we've asked that before.
Did we?
Someone married the Eiffel Tower. Someone married the Berlin Wall.
They did?
Yes. It was awkward.
For everyone. I think it was the most awkward for the wall. Poor wall. Would you ever marry a landmark?
Me?
Yeah.
No. I can't think of one that I find attractive. And even more so,
So you're being shallow.
and even
towards
more
landmarks
so,
now?
I can't find a landmark that has a good personality. Someone that likes the same things I like. They're all different. They're all big celebrities. I can't stand a chance at that.
But it'll take more than an apocalypse to
Well,
take me
we're
down.
celebrities now at Torcon, so
Not that much.
kind of,
Both,
in a
I
way.
You stay humble, damn it.
Fine and dandy. He should be coming out of that barn any moment now.
No, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We stay humble.
What's he doing in the barn?
You have to embrace it.
But you stay humble.
Mr. Marston,
You don't act like a celebrity.
I never do.
You make sure that when
I
someone
never do. I'm
you
just
make
saying
sure
we
that
all-
when someone treats you like a celebrity, you reassure them that you are down to earth and on the same level
We do
as
that all
them.
the time. All the
Then
time.
good, keep it up. You shouldn't be
Keep it up.
shouldn't be
You
skeptical.
good? You
shouldn't be
good?
skeptical about it. You should have your priorities
I'm not
in
being
check.
I'm not being skeptical.
Then let's stop having this conversation.
I'm not.
I said end it.
You can't.
End it. It stops here.
What end?
Stop. You're still talking about it. I said end.
Yesterday?
Look, her father's in the barn. He's been there since yesterday.
Would you, John? You are kind.
Since
Go out
yesterday?
to meet
Yes.
you.
He's been in the barn since
Find
yesterday,
anything.
making sure that the zombie folk they trapped in there are okay.
But he's in there with them.
Yeah, he's just making sure they're all right.
So he's definitely turned.
Oh, we don't know that. We're just gonna go check. Bonnie don't think so.
If he like tied them up or has them down on a certain
This is ridiculous.
what's it called, like level, I guess, wouldn't it be safe to stay on the higher levels where they can't climb?
You'd think so.
And if that was the case, then wouldn't he have a gun just in case?
Yeah, you'd think so.
Drew! You alright?
Stay still. Stay still. Just hold your damn horses.
I'm coming.
I can't.
What now?
You can do it, John. Just get down the ladder. You know what the best thing is about being fine with the warmth and like sucking it in and using it as a benefit towards you?
Seems delayed now.
Is that you can wear all those outfits. That's just what it looks like. It's always
okay.
delayed.
Right. Dude, I forgot we were watching
Yeah.
the actual. Sorry, what were you saying?
I was saying one of the best things about sucking in heat like I do and using it as more of a benefit than a hindrance is that you can wear all these dark colored layered outfits and be fine with it.
It's like the opposite for me.
There's the last one.
The heat drives me insane.
I love it. I need more of it. I'll tell you about the time I went to Florida wearing flannel and jeans.
Yeah, and you
I
felt
was in
great.
I was in my domain. I couldn't get better. How?
He said no.
Drew!
Where's Drew? Drew. Drew, where you at? There's Drew.
There's a pitchfork.
Yeah, that's too bad you didn't grab the pitchfork. Could have been a new melee weapon. But now we have a Winchester repeater. Stay back. Sorry, boy. What you got on you? Some chewing tobacco.
Yeah. Gonna chew on that from a zombie.
It adds flavor. What's going on? What's going on out here? Hey! Hey! What? You're not doing anything? You cretin? Gotta do everything myself. Clear your throat, sir. Just one of those. You'll be fine. You're fit as a fiddle in no time. Let's go give Bonnie the bad news.
Don't you two have like a thing?
No, John's married.
I know John's married, but
Bonnie likes him.
Ah, that's right. Bonnie likes him.
John's happily married. He's a loyal man.
Well,
in his
I mean,
own right.
You always do
His
bring
wife's a
sunshine
zombie
into
now.
my life.
That's one thing that I kind of respected about Red Dead Redemption
I'd like to say
was
he died doing what he loved.
that, you know, Rockstar's another one of their tropes is that you can fiddle and have fun with prostitutes and working women, but in Red Dead Redemption games, you're not allowed. Like they're all over the place, but you're not allowed. You can't do it.
Because John is a faithful and
But even Morgan,
break his character.
even Arthur Morgan, he wouldn't do it. He just says no. He could absolutely do it, but he says no. He's a good man. I like Arthur Morgan.
You too, John.
She's gonna go off herself, John.
That's kind of the vibe I get from that conversation.
That's what
Unfortunately.
I'm getting.
Gonna walk away and just hear a gunshot. But we never do. So who knows?
She's got a big ranch.
That she do.
I'll be having that.
Yes. All right.
I
Where
wonder
to?
who else is watching us.
I guess we're going here. I want my normal horse back.
One that ain't dead.
One that's not dead.
So do you think you'll be able to finish the...
Oh no, it's shorter than the original game, but it's still
It's
fairly
still
long.
I wasn't expecting you to actually do that.
I want a normal horse. I don't like how sure the zombie horses are stronger and have more stamina, but it's that yanking away and hard to control is what kills it. I would much rather have a squishy normal horse that actually obeys me. Or maybe I could have the best of both worlds and have one of the apocalypse horses. They obey you,
Do you
and
know,
they're strong and
do you
resilient.
know where to find one, or do they just randomly appear?
There's one in Mexico. There's one around here, I think. And then there's like one around here.
So go to
And then there's like one out here somewhere.
go to the one that's nearest to you.
That's just where I found them. They could be completely random. I don't know.
Oh. Shall I look it up?
It don't matter. I want it to be a surprise when I stumble across it. What was that? I heard a cat. Did you hear a cat?
I heard a donkey.
Please be alive. You look alive.
It's alive.
You're alive. Thank goodness.
That's a dirty butt.
It's just the type of horse it is.
no action on Twitch, though.
Yeah, we usually don't.
Well, then again, we're also playing a really older game.
To be honest, if I was to give up a streaming system, it would honestly be Twitch. It's just that's just not where our luck is.
Right.
Oh well. Heck, if I could just choose one, I would stay on YouTube. It's where I've always been. It's where my home is. Even if it is a ramshackle, crackly house that could blow over any second, it's still home.
That's where it's going.
It's still home. I will be buried with it.
The old Bacchus place. Bacchus. Bacchus is a
musician?
No, it's a. I think it's
Seth,
a god
Seth, you okay? What's going
or a
on?
godlike
Oh, hey there,
deity.
John. Fancy a game of cards?
What?
Not right this minute.
You remember Moses, John?
What are you?
He's
He's a
Yeah,
darn sight
Smeagol.
more loyal now than he was before. Come here, boy. Come on.
In the main game, he's a grave digger. He loots the dead in search of treasure, and he drives himself mad trying to find this treasure, and it turns out all it is a glass eye, and that's what the glass eye. That's why he's. That's what people were talking about. The guy with the glass eye. It's Seth.
We're playing cards. Relax. Sit down.
I mean, with the undead walking the face of the earth, you crazy dumb bastard.
That ain't nothing.
Ain't nothing.
Nothing? I seen husbands eating wives, mothers eating sons, graves popping open and the undead rising up. It sure as shit is something.
Oh, boo-hoo. Big tough John Marston has scared a little undead creature walking around. Moses wouldn't hurt a fly, would you, darling? Besides, this ain't nothing new.
Folks in Blackwater blaming it on that glass eye you found.
Folks! 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 Damn them folks, John Marston! Damn them! And damn you!
Oh, he's just.
Get him! Get him!
He's just a comedic character.
After all I've
Just
done,
his body language.
And I thought loyalty was important to you.
I'd be the one hiding a stash of food away from everyone else.
You can't hurt me.
That's so. I mean, you gotta survive. But
Gotta
that's
eat.
mean.
Someone's got to eat.
Get me, Moses.
At the end of the day, you got to think about number
Looks like
one.
your dog's lost his bite, Seth.
You get that
Now
from
what the hell's going on?
Torchwick.
The dinner
No.
isn't. And
That'd be
a
something he would
virulent
say,
plague is
but
turning people into flesh, eating.
I just.
Sometimes
Why
you
is he like that?
that's just his character. I don't
No,
know
no,
what
no.
that
Why?
noise
Why is the
was,
zombie
but-
like that?
Why?
Oh, it.
But why?
I don't know.
Why not?
It's just like he throughout this episode
'Cause it ain't natural.
he's just
Who made you,
mingles with
Mother
the
Nature and Mother
zombies.
Superior, all at the same time?
I mean, that's all he does in the main
Who
game. He
made
just
you,
mingles with the
John
dead.
Marston? Same as
Oh,
made me.
okay.
He,
I
he
guess that
talks
makes
to
sense.
him. He mingles with him. He
Is there a cure?
plays with him. So it makes sense that he does when now that the dead are up, they look at him as
Fade away.
one of their own.
Now, if you want to get rid of it, you should go clear the graveyards. Either that, or stop worrying and become one of them. Now, if
Foreshadowing?
you excuse
Much?
us, we got good times to remember. Happy times.
Okay. See you soon then, Seth.
And damn you, John Marston.
Come on, Moses. It's your deal. Diamonds are trumps.
He just laid his cards down.
Come on.
Want to see something funny?
You're gonna do it.
I am gonna do it
Why?
because it's funny. Watch what happens. See, I can't. 'Cause, like when I point my gun at him, I can't.
Right.
But if I have a shotgun, the blast will get him. See, I like how he just walks away. Eventually, he'll just disappear.
You can kill him though.
I guess
Why would you-
I guess I can.
Why would you do that?
Why not? He'll come back.
Will he?
Yeah. Once I complete the story mission, if I come back, he'll be here. He's fine. That didn't fail me the mission.
Why would you do that?
Why wouldn't I? If they let me.
I just don't. I'm baffled at your decisions in
You're
games.
seeing a whole new me.
I really am. Like, this is not something I'd ever
When was
see
the
you
last
do.
time like you've watched me play games?
I guess I don't remember.
Can't get up this hill.
Was that a boar?
Yeah, it was a zombie boar.
It didn't go anywhere near you.
I think it was neutral. Zombie coyotes, I think.
Yeah, they look pretty.
Why, by golly. Bully my butt and call me a biscuit. That's war. Come here, you. Come here, you.
A mythical creature has appeared in the area.
Come on. Gotcha. You're gonna be mine. You're gonna be mine. Stop. You hold your horse. Stop. Damn it. Pulling some cheeky maneuvers, I see. No, 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 no. No, I can't lose it. I can't lose it. Still got it. I got it in my sights. Come on. Stay with me now. Stay with me.
Get it?
I'm gonna get it. I'm not losing this one. War is one of the best. All right. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
What is wrong with you three? I got you now.
Whoa.
Creature of the night.
He's on fire. You're not on fire.
It's like a rapidash.
Nature.
What?
That's it.
Uncultured swine.
This is pure magic.
See, now who's being a jerk?
What are you talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's Pokemon.
I don't know Pokemon.
That's a shame.
Come on. Come on. Nearly got you.
It's just-
You now, freak.
he does not want to be broken.
Be out of my
What do you expect from one of the horses from the apocalypse?
nearly there.
There we go. Now we ride off into the sunset.
Sunrise.
That's the thing. That was the highlight of the stream right there.
Guess so.
War can set enemies on fire. Alright, now how do I get out of here?
So you found war east of the McFarlane Ranch. Don't forget that.
I don't know, like I've never caught him around here before. Usually I catch war around here.
Hmm.
So maybe
Well,
maybe it's a general area, but
Yeah, maybe
The-
maybe it's
the
maybe it has a
spawn
region
location
it
is
spawns in,
different.
but yeah, it did say it just appeared there.
and that's kind of just what
So,
the horses do. When
I'm
you,
assuming
when you
the-
ride into their spawn location, I guess, then it'll say, oh, there's one in the area, and then you go look for it.
I'm assuming that the apocalypse horses are stronger and faster.
Yes, they have. I'm pretty sure they have unlimited stamina. They have higher resistance, and each of them has their own power.
Unique power. Yeah.
Well, I say that, but famine and pestilence have the same power, which is kind of lame. And then if their power is, pestilence's power is like almost invincible, and famine's power is unlimited stamina. But they all have that. So their powers are kind of meaningless. War
That's
and
weird.
death are the only ones that actually do something different. War sets zombies on fire when you run into them, and death just kills them.
So I'm assuming that death is one of your preferred ones because it'll just kill
Yes.
anything it touches.
But it's you
But
don't,
it's also you don't want to kill NPCs.
correct. But then again, you don't get death until the end of the game. Like that's your reward for beating the game. You get death.
Oh, you just automatically
John gets up from the grave and then he runs up onto the hill and just gets on top of death, and then that's your horse. But
Oh.
I did find death once, just out in the wild, and I don't know if it was a glitch or not. Because I've never found him any other time. And then, of course, if you get all the apocalypse horses and you kill the chupacabra, then you can find the unicorn.
And how is the unicorn any different?
Same thing. It's like nearly invincible, ultimate, unlimited stamina, and then there's a rainbow that comes out from behind it.
Oh, great.
It's pretty cool. It's just a stark white horse with a horn on it. It's cool.
It's just completely white.
Yeah, it's pure white with a rainbow behind it. I went nuts trying to find it.
So I'm assuming this one is your preferred horse besides the.
I think
of
I
the-
think War is my favorite out of the bunch, just because it looks cool. It's a red horse with fire.
Remember how much we tried getting it in Archage?
Yes.
That.
Oh my goodness.
And then we found out, oh, we can't.
You like the only, what was it? You had to be a lord of a castle in order to get it, and then it was like a reward to you. It was.
No, you had to be.
It was awful.
You had to own something.
Nearly, yeah. You had to
You had
own
to
a
something.
castle.
I think it was like a manor or something you had to own, and you had to win a race. That basically never happened.
I don't remember the race part.
Maybe
I just
that's-
remember you had to be like
and
a
then you had
lord
to-
of a manor.
And you had to have enough points to actually get the skin for it.
See, we got all the armor.
Right.
We just never had the horse.
Right.
Which is the thing I wanted. My character was based on Jean. I had a gosh darn plan. I was gonna name it Pyrrha, because the armor looked like Athenian armor.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
It did. I had Blake.
Didn't you have a pink horse? You named it Neo.
I did have a pink horse named Neo. You also had a white
I
horse
had a
named
white horse.
Weiss.
That was as close as I could have gotten. Weiss with the white horse.
And I think there was a red horse that was similar to the war horse.
I think it was
like
called
red.
the Wind Racer's steed.
Yeah.
That was the red horse.
Yeah, but it wasn't the one that was on fire. And I think I got one of those, or I saw somebody one of those, and I said if I ever got that one, it would be Ruby.
I remember every so often I would see someone with the red horse, and I would chase after them just to ask them, where did you get it? And eventually I got someone to answer me. They were like, oh, you have to be
What the heck?
it's like you have to be a lord of a castle. And I was like, damn it. That's never going to happen. I think the biggest accomplishment on that game for us, or at least for me, was us building those giant ships.
Yeah,
That was
it
pretty
took a lot
cool.
of work, but it was when we saw it launch from its
That was pretty
place,
cool,
that
having
was when-
having giant galleons of our own.
It's a shame we didn't have enough friends to actually play along with.
Yeah.
Okay. But
She's the guild master.
I wish that. Yeah.
We ain't having any of that nonsense, no sir.
I wish that. What?
That didn't work?
I wish that Archage didn't go down the tube.
No, me neither. It did, like, I would have kept playing it if it didn't do that stupid thing where it made you pay for every bit of labor.
Yeah.
That was one of the biggest mistakes that game ever made.
Like I didn't have a problem being a patron.
No, not at
Because
all.
at all. It was like what, a few bucks a month?
It was
and
like,
it gave you all these perks.
It gave you all the perks. It gave you the biggest thing for us was that it refilled your labor while you were offline.
Yeah.
Like all of your meters,
Yeah.
it refilled it while you were offline. So we would use all our labor out in the fields mining.
and it was a good investment
then-
for us because
yeah,
we played it every day.
And then we came back, and then
And-
we logged off, and then we came back and we had
And
all
it says,
our labor.
oh, you have to buy basically
meter.
this whole entire pack in order to restart everything.
It was I had nothing wrong with being a patron, but then
No.
after a while it ruined it when you had to also pay a bit of silver every time you used labor.
Right.
It was
And-
stupid.
And compared to other MMOs I've played and other MMOs that I've seen people play, the farming method for getting like ultimate gears was not nearly as bad as other MMOs. You like, yeah, it would take you a few days to a few weeks, but that's it, and you would have the gear you wanted. You would have the gear you wanted and needed for like PvP if that's what you so chose. But
Which is something that I never got to do because my computer couldn't handle it.
yeah, mine couldn't either. But
That sucked. By the time that we got computers that could handle it, there was already dead,
right.
unfortunately.
But that's a game I wish
Do you
had a
ever-
reboot. Just completely start over from the beginning.
Were you ever around when a war was happening and you just saw an entire army ride through?
I didn't see
ride
that,
through the
but I did
fields of
see.
Newia?
I always
That was
saw
awesome.
wars happening. I saw people fighting all the time when wars were going on. I would go to regions of the map that were under wartime.
Yeah, I would always
just to see.
I would
just to
be
go and see people.
occasionally. I would be doing quests in the Newia continent. Oh, that's you. In that neutral area where wars would always take place every so often. And I remember one time I did a quest and I went to one of the shrines. And it was in the safe zone. And as I spawned, I just see an entire army riding their mounts.
You're just like
to the,
this
to the
lower level,
up,
just
yeah, this entire army of about 50 people riding their mounts to go fight the war, and I was like, man, I wish I could be a part of that.
Right.
I think I just missed a cemetery. Damn it.
That's definitely a game that
Old Fellows Rest, I think this is.
that's definitely a
Odd
game
Fellows
that
Rest. Yeah.
that we don't regret playing at all.
No, not at all.
It's
It
just
was-
we
it
wish
was-
we wish it
I
came
actually
back.
thought it was really fun. Like the combat system and
Combat was fun. I like the fact that
the class
doing-
building system was fun.
yeah, you could make any class with any combination of 3 different classes. You would create like a title for that class.
Yeah.
And there were so many different jeez, dude. There were so many different combinations that you could choose
Yeah.
from. And half of the fun was like experimenting and changing your classes midway through because you could do that.
With my main character Jean, it was one of the few times because I never played many MMOs. I played probably 2 at the time, Archage and Perfect World. And with Perfect World, I never thought that I was in control of my character. Like I thought I was just kind of like I was never good enough to actually do anything because my character wasn't properly optimized.
Right.
But with my Jean character on Archage, I felt like I was strong enough to do stuff.
Right. It to the point where you made John so powerful that the character I made couldn't hold a feather to him.
Right.
Like I was just like, holy crap! I can't touch you. I can't. I made a character specifically meant to damage things, and I couldn't touch Jean. Jean's defense was too good.
Yeah, Jean's defense was big, and his class's perk was taking the damage that was given to him and reverting it into an attack of his own. And that attack it was able to damage you about 3,000 points.
Right, and I was just like, dude, that's more than half my life. That's not fair. Not to mention you always stunned me too with the shield bashing and other defense techniques.
Fun. And one of the fun things I liked about that combat system was how moves could intertwine with each other.
Yeah,
and using a move in tandem with another move, did an entirely different special effect. Like if you
Yeah.
stunned someone with shield bash and then you did like another shield bash, it would then knock them over.
Yep.
And you could get more hits off them. And that was fun. Like mastering those combos, you know?
Yeah, that was always really fun. Another thing that was really good about it was you were rewarded for using your labor points.
It's
like,
a coming.
like what are they called? The jobs that you could do. Like like smithing and
smithing,
and
mining,
weapon crafting,
chopping
armor
down
making.
wood, yeah, like
Yeah, like you got rewarded for that, and you could actually like level your character up that way.
yeah,
rather than
that's
actually
where
fighting.
most of my levels came from. Was just me going out to the mines and
Yeah.
and mining every day. Oh, I'm sorry, War. I think I just shot him.
Goes out there. Good.
I could talk for hours on Archage.
Yeah, it's. I really wish they would just fix it.
Remember when I told you that one of the things I wanted you to think of was think of all of like the gaming moments that you were happy to experience firsthand.
Right.
That was one of them for me, was getting to play Archage when it was in its prime.
Yeah, we definitely. We literally played it in its prime. To the point where
Damn, was
we
it worth
we
it?
we were into the we started playing it as it was starting to get much bigger, and we saw people playing it every day. We saw more and more people, to the point where sometimes the servers were overloaded and we couldn't log in.
There were around then there was only like 4 servers.
Yeah,
maybe?
and now there's like 7 or 8.
Yeah, and some of them aren't active anymore because
they combined them into other ones.
Yeah, right. And you can't use some of your characters on those new servers because it completely changed the setup and gameplay of the new servers.
I mean, we had 2 videos specifically from Archage, and that wasn't even it. Like, we loved that game so much to the point where we would play it every day, as much and as often as we could. But it wasn't a tedious thing either.
No,
we
it was
playing
it was routine. You got up and you're like, all right, let's log into Archage and do some stuff. Those
the
are some of
questing
the,
was fun too.
Those were actually, like, even if I didn't really play the game so much, like the one that comes to mind is Perfect World. I didn't really play it, but I went on because all of my friends were playing it at the time. But it was still fun having that be your routine. You got up and you're like, all right, let's get on Archage and see what everyone's up to.
And it was also fun creating new characters.
Like those are some of the best games that I can think of. Like Left 4 Dead 2 was one of them. Archage, Perfect World. Like those are the only 3 I can think of where that was just it was routine. You got up and that was the first thing you did.
Back when Halo Reach was a thing and Halo 4, we would always play that too. But me and Mike played that more than you did. That was like Mike and my routine. But yeah, Left 4 Dead 2 was always our thing.
I think Castle Crashers at one point was.
Yeah, Castle Crashers was too. We played that pretty religiously.
We did a lot in that game to like. We were borderline completionists when it
the only thing we
that.
didn't ever complete was Insane Mode.
Yeah.
But I think there's a reason that we didn't do that.
It's
also
we got all the characters, we got all the weapons.
I think there's something to say about the reason we didn't complete Insane Mode was one, it was difficult and hard and near impossible, especially in most parts. But there were so many.
I'm gonna die.
There were so many people that exploited the game, I guess, in a way, to where they would level themselves up to like 256, like levels you can't reach to normally. That was before they patched up like the boomerang glitch, which Good thing they did, because that was a stupid way
Hey,
to level
we
up.
even used it. I mean,
We
come
did.
on. We thought it was cool at the time.
But really, thinking back on it, it's a stupid exploit.
It's pretty dumb. Now, when I was a kid, or a little bit younger, I guess. I'm still a kid. When I was a kid, which was only like a year ago, I looked at exploits like that and cheats like that, and I would see like so much fun in it. I'd be like, oh, this is the funnest thing ever. This is the coolest thing ever. But nowadays, like, I resent it.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of the same with me now too. Like, I'm all for mods and stuff, but I don't like cheats and exploits anymore.
Like, I no longer find fun in giving myself God mode and ultimate ammo and then just going on killing sprees like I used to in Red Dead Redemption. Like, I would find so much entertainment in that, but now I don't anymore.
Like, if you went back to carnivores, would you ever put on debug mode?
Just for the novelty of it.
Right.
But then
I would.
The
The game seems so hard to play without debug mode. It really does.
Literally is. We'll explain why it's so hard. Your last creature that you can hunt is a T-Rex, and any carnivore that touches you is an insta-kill, no matter what it is.
No matter what it is.
So you can fight a small Velociraptor, or you can fight a giant T-Rex. It doesn't matter what it is; they'll kill you if they touch you.
Same with a Triceratops if it tramples you.
But the T-Rex is the last creature that you can fight, and its weak point is its eye. This little dot is its weak point. You can only kill it if you shoot it in the eye. And you get one shot. If you miss the shot, it turns towards you and runs at you, and you can no longer.
You cannot outrun.
You can no longer aim at its eye when it turns towards you.
You also cannot outrun it.
The only time you can shoot it in the eye when you're playing fairly is when it notices you're there and it rears its head up in the air to like sniff in the air. So the only time you can kill it is when it knows that it's found you.
Right.
So it's a hard game.
And usually there's more than one.
There's two.
There's two T-Rexes on a map.
in the entire map. And that's
not
it.
to mention the other animals that will alert
Correct.
nearby creatures to your presence if they notice you.
Yeah, most of them are herbivores, but they do sprinkle in some carnivore Allosauruses every so often.
Mm-hmm.
I've been ganked by some of those.
Yeah, it's just playing without debug mode, like,
and
it seems impossible.
All debug mode allows you to do is it allows you to run super fast, it gives you infinite ammo, and it allows you to jump super high. You're not invincible, but
no, you will still die if you get touched.
But
by
you
a
can at least outrun a T-Rex.
Yeah, you can literally move at super speeds. There's also where you can hit options in the menu or in your loadout where you can put on scent or camouflage to either attract or keep you away from certain things or make you harder to see. But those weren't glitches. Those were active parts
they barely
of the
even
game.
helped you.
No, they barely helped you. Helped you a little bit, but they still barely.
Cameron.
A little bit. But again, that's a game we played as children.
Yeah,
but then again, we only played on debug.
We only played on
mode.
debug because we were terrified. When I was a kid and I played carnivores, I played it so much because I loved it. But the minute I spawned in, and I only played on one map, and it was a map where there was this like lava fortress in the middle of the map.
The temple in the center.
Yeah,
center.
no carnivores could come get you when you were in that center.
Also, you could just sit in the lava.
When you had debug
mode on.
So whenever I spawned into a game, no matter what I was hunting, I turned debug on and I ran to the center of that fortress, and I just kept hitting the call button to bring them towards me. That's how I played carnivores as a kid.
I think that's where my fear of the deep sea came in, because you know how in every map it's surrounded by water. It's an island, and there's nothing ever in the water.
Right.
Ever. Unless something is chasing you from land
still,
into the water.
Which was kind of creepy.
Yeah. If you saw...
You have a T-Rex swimming at you, and all you see is its head bobbing through the water. Like, that was a little scary.
Yeah. But that's it. Nothing else was in the water. And it only went so deep.
Mm.
But I remember when I was a kid, when we were playing that, I'm like little kid. I also had a little kid's dinosaur book that was an educational book. It told you all the different dinosaurs. When you flipped the page, it was like, okay, this is a different region, this is different dinosaurs. And then one of the final pages was an aquatic dinosaur page.
Yeah.
And the bottom of the page, the book was like this big and like this wide, right? It was just a picture book with information. But on the bottom of it was the mosasaur. And it spanned the entire thing, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I read about it. I'm like, that's really cool. But it had this giant teeth, took up half the page, and all the other things it says, oh yeah, this was basically the king of the ocean. You don't want to go near it. And I was like, oh, okay, cool.
I'll keep that in mind. I won't go near it these days.
Yeah, I won't go near that. But anytime I went in the water, I'd be like, I don't want to go in the water. There's a mosasaurus there, and my dad always said there's no mosasaur in this game. I'm like, there's a mosasaur in this game. There's gonna be there. And just going anywhere in the sea or deep water.
Do you know how much I wish we could have explored more of the ocean in Ark? I wanted to see a mosasaurus. I wanted to be scared to death by a mosasaurus attack. I wanted to see it. I wanted you to see it.
You can still go on to Ark, man.
I wanted you to see it.
I do want to see it, but I don't want to experience it. I don't want to.
We took on the Kraken and the Leviathan.
I took on the Kraken, sir.
We took on the Kraken and the Leviathan, and you can't handle another big creature in the water?
Yes. Look, we were both also terrified of both of those.
Yeah? What's what's gonna be the difference? It'll just be a repeat. We'd bring Myth Hunters back.
we can bring Myth Hunters back.
We'll go and search for a Mosasaurus.
There we go. Oh boy, I'm gonna be so afraid.
That will be the reboot.
Isn't there a map that's specifically meant for an ocean in Ark?
You mean Atlas?
Is that the one?
It's a whole new game
one? I thought there was a map.
Oh, I don't know. There might be
specifically for it. Anyways, but
that will be the reboot.
I would love to do that. I saw my dad on his game. He tamed like megalodons, and he said he encountered a mosasaur, but he's afraid to go back.
Yeah, see, giant sharks are a dime a dozen in that game. I've seen enough. I've been eaten enough by them. Like, it's nothing. I want to see something. I want to see something bigger.
Right. I want to see the Leviathan in that game. That's what I want to see. And then I want to just never play the game again. It's like I see the Leviathan in that game, done.
Like we've seen we've seen the biggest air creature. We've seen the biggest land creature of both herbivore and carnivore.
Yep.
I want to see the biggest sea creature in that game.
Right. I want to see. Well, I do too. But once I do that, I never want to see it again.
No?
Now, playing Archage, I remember we've talked about this before, but I need to re-emphasize.
Oh boy, here it comes.
My panic when I first encountered the Kraken.
You talk to the audience. I've heard this story.
I know, but it's. I went out hunting for it just to find it, and I found it, and I was immediately killed. I was one shot by that thing. My ship was destroyed. I was one shot. Really?
Music to my ears.
He's back.
He is back. He's having a good old time with his new friends.
Well, Seth, sorry to interrupt your party.
Hey, John, come join us. We're having a jig. John, have you met Mary Lou? What about Francie?
Did as you asked.
Seem
Cleared
like
out the rest
great-
of the graveyards.
great people.
Doesn't seem to have done much good.
Good? 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 Is Dad good? Are you good?
Stop
Did
with
he just
your
take her
nonsense,
eyeball?
you
Cheers.
annoying
No, that's
fool.
the glass eye he's
Oh,
got.
I was gonna say.
What's going on?
The world's turning, John Marston, and the moon with it.
The moon's turning?
Yeah.
The moon turns with us.
Day follows night.
That's why we always see the same side of the moon.
Follows love. Oh.
Okay, you asked for it, Seth. You either stop dancing and start talking, or prepare to join Moses and the rest of these freaks.
Oh, you did kill
Are you
Moses.
constipated, John?
Oh wait, no, you didn't.
There he is.
You get constipated.
I killed him, and here he is.
You do.
I'm warning you, Seth.
Oh, I'm warning you, Seth. I'm warning you. Don't play with the undead, Seth. Don't chase treasure. Don't waste your time searching for treasure and discover only glass eyes.
Don't chase treasure.
Your motives are pretty messed up there, Seth.
Warn all you want, cowboy.
He just swallows the glass eye. Yep.
Well, that's a load off my mind. Why didn't I think about that before? Because you weren't dancing.
War's just like, what do they just watch?
Well, how are you? Would you like a drink? We got blood mucus surprise. Come on.
Seth,
Sounds great. I'll take
what
2
is going
cups.
on?
Aztecs.
I was right.
Or Incas.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't really matter. It's all the same. Once every 200
It does
years,
tie in with the
this
pirates.
land is doomed.
I knew it.
That's why we love it.
I knew it.
Mexico, John. Ah, Mary Lou, may I have the honor? Oh.
You're a sick man.
You're a sick man. You know what we do to sick men around here? Around these parts? I'll show you what we do to sick men around
Burn
these
them?
parts. We burn them. Burn them. Burn them good.
Why would you do that?
Why not? I don't need him no more. I never liked him anyway. Shoot me, Seth. I dare you. I dare you, Seth. Seth! Your pals! Stop.
Seth, your pals. Oh boy.
Is he still here? Nah. I think he DC'd.
Disconnected.
Yeah. He had to go get dinner.
Oh boy.
Is that Seth? Seth!
But anyways, so I was one shot by the Kraken. And so when you die in Archade, you have like a 2-minute timer before you respawn, unless you hit respawn now. And it like you have to go back and get your stuff. I think. Is that what it was?
You don't lose your stuff.
Something happened. There was a detriment to dying. I forget what it was. Maybe it was a chance to be captured and thrown in pirate jail or something. I don't remember. But I died out in the open sea and where the Kraken was, and I was terrified so badly that I called Marshall on the phone in a panic. I said, "Marshall, I found the Kraken!" And I forget what your response was, but you just didn't believe me.
No, because some hysterical man was calling me at 7 o'clock in the morning, yelling about some kraken or whatever.
But that's when we ventured out and did our first Myth Hunters video. And there, lo and behold, I was right. There was the Kraken. Took us forever to find it, but we found it.
Yes, indeedy.
And then we went searching for the Leviathan. That was fun. That was scary, though. Just waiting for it in its path. Directly in its path, and we didn't even know. We assumed we were near its path.
Yeah,
but
we there was like a rough estimate of where its
travel
path was, and we just went solely by that. And it had only been out for like maybe a week.
Yeah, it was really new.
So it was a very sketchy, like not very accurate thing about where it was. Like we barely found anything about it because of how new it was.
Right. There was
So
the
going-
quest to go find it, and that was it.
So going on that, like we didn't expect that we'd be right in its trajectory like we were, and we were in the perfect spot in its path. I think.
Yeah, we
Like,
were.
it couldn't have. We could have been anywhere on that ocean, and we would have just been a little bit off. But instead we were right in front of it.
Right on it. And I especially like the double take you did. Because you saw it. You just saw it spawn at the very edge of the
It
horizon.
appears as I
you were
was
looking
turning the
away, and you
camera.
go, what was that?
I was like, oh wait a minute, that looked like something. Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's it! And you just see my character just slowly turn. Oh god. There it
Go,
is.
go, go, go! Ooh, that was close.
And lo and behold, the Leviathan, going in the water like this, leaps up in the air and then chomps down on our giant galleon.
It couldn't have given.
And the galleon survived.
It couldn't have given more of a pleasant display of finding it. I was surprised we survived. Like we were both at.
We were both at low health.
Yeah,
because I'm surprised I survived because you took the full attack from the Leviathan itself. You literally hit its AoE damage and survived.
Yes, and then I
took damage from falling into the water.
Well, no, so did I. Like we got. I'm pretty sure we both got hit, and then for some odd reason, we both decided let's jump off the crow's nest, and we both fell in the water and took severe fall damage.
I thought we were gonna drown in the water. Nope. That one zombie had an axe in his head and he was still alive.
It was like that dwarf from The Hobbit that had an axe in his head.
Oh right, I forgot about that.
I don't remember which one that was.
I don't understand that. How are you alive? How are you still with us? So what's a goal you're trying to set for yourself in this? You
Well,
found
one of the goals is finding a horse of the apocalypse. I guess get to Mexico.
Where are you gonna get in Mexico?
That's just where the story goes.
Boom boom. Anyone else who's watching us care to tell us if there's anything you want to see in this that Marshall's playing?
Oh. What about? Yeah. Let's see if we can hunt the chupacabra. Let's see if we can get that far.
Okay.
I think we have to get 5 ranks in Undead Hunter, and then we hunt the chupacabra. Let's try that. So right now we have to. That'll hopefully be our last hurrah in this stream.
That's we're at
2 hours.
Yeah.
So in 50 minutes, at the least, we hunt the chupacabra. So kill 100 fresh undead and 25 bolters. We have killed 100 fresh. We need to kill
6 more.
6 more bolters. Okay, there's one. Dude.
That's a bolter?
Yes, those are the little scraggly ones.
The scrawny ones. They're the ones that crawl.
Yep, there's another one.
That poor guy.
I can't shoot that. I think I got
2.
I didn't get it. I gotta get down there. Hey! Stop. Cease.
Cease. I said cease.
Ooh, plenty of bolters here. Better pull out the
There's
shotty.
3.
Oh, that one's They're still with us. Yikes!
Oh my god.
We're getting swarmed. They can smell the flesh. Plenty of bolters here.
Oh my god.
Oh my
my
goodness.
god.
We're out of throwables. Maybe getting off the building was a bad idea. Oh, we got it. All right. What's the next rank? 25 bruises and 15 retchers. There's a bruiser. Stop! Please! I'll give you a steak! No!
They're gonna eat
They're
you.
gonna swarm me, but they're up on me too fast that I won't be able to get up onto something fast enough. I think so. Did I get it? Yeah, I got it.
Jeez.
I don't think I've done the. I could have swore like we'd be seeing retchers by now. What are the retchers? Spitters. Oh. All right, we gotta get a pie. This isn't going well.
Nope.
Get in there! All right, we'll bottleneck them. Hold still, please. Ooh, boy. Alright, that's the remaining. Here they come.
Talk about heart.
Brain buster.
You gotta get 5 ranks.
Yes.
You're only on rank 2.
Stop.
You did.
Just a few more. A few more ought to do it. Come on out here. This bruiser. Stop.
Stop.
Heck yeah. I think he's still in here. It's so, like, the movement in this is so wonky. Where is it? There you are. Got it. Well, alrighty. That takes care of that.
Now to go find.
Gotta kill.
What, do you have to do a certain quest for them to
Maybe.
spawn?
Come on, let him go. Come on, boy. Hey,
Think.
well, try to.
He's one of my favorite characters.
Why?
Sorry, boys. She didn't give me a whole lot of choice. Hello, John. Welcome to paradise.
Hello, Marshall.
I guess he was trying to see if
Might have
it
known
would
you'd survive.
reason.
Maybe.
What's going on?
Or they were just both prisoners in
Do I
there.
look like I commune with the
And one of them
undead?
just turned.
Hell no.
Well, then how would I know? My job is to...
Take
Girls
care of the folk
back
who
in
live
Blackwater.
Oh, you heard that one.
Cheers.
Cheers.
How's that going?
How's that going? Well, let me put it to you this way. Cattle rustling and bank robbery are at an all-time low.
But murder, blood drinking, and psychotic episodes seem to be somewhat prevalent.
Either that, or
My
I'm
kind of
dreaming.
town.
That's what I'm hoping too.
How was it getting in here?
It was crazy.
They must be hiding again. They come in and then just disappear. Town's been nearly overrun a couple of times. Now we're low on ammunition, and I'm 2 men down.
I'll help you clear the place out if you like.
I already
Good
did.
man, John Marston. But before that, I'm gonna need my.
But wait, he's a sheriff.
What happened to them two clowns
Isn't
you
he
had
one of those
before?
politicians that's against John Marston?
No,
Maybe.
he works with him.
I
Oh.
sent Jonah off to look for Eli. They've both been gone for several hours now.
Who'd want to
So
eat
he's one of the quote-unquote good
That's
guys
a good question.
in this.
He's one of the guys that isn't
Where'd you
a
send him?
a-hole to you.
Right.
Out near the general store. Jonah's got one of these new guns. I'm sure he can't run into any trouble. These things, they'd stop an elephant.
Elephants.
No,
Giraffes.
I'm sure you got your own troubles.
They'd stop an elephant. An elephant, you know, those big tall things, yellow, orange spots, long necks.
You mean giraffes? No, tigers.
That tickled me.
Tickle, tickle, tickle.
This is one of the most satisfying moments of the game.
Hey, mister.
Hey, Pard.
You seen a couple deputies nearby?
It's gonna sound
Who are
weird,
those boys? Jonah and Eli?
but
Are
just
they
wait.
Jews, mister? They sound like Jews.
I don't know. Why?
Why? This whole thing is nothing but a Jewish plot. You do know that, don't you?
I find that highly unlikely, amigo.
Well, I don't like Jews. Or colored folk. Or natives, now that you mention it.
Well, you're a nice, kind-hearted man to meet in a time of trouble.
Kind does not come into it.
Why? What are you talking about?
Why? I bet you like Catholics. I can't stand
What
them
is he-
neither. Nor women. Fabians, socialists, homosexuals, Asians, or British.
What do you like?
Between them, they've ruined this country.
I'm
Ruined it.
gonna go on a
It was good
limb and say that he
country
likes
once.
white
Now
folk.
people are eating each other, and it's all the fault of the Jewish, British, Catholic, homosexual elite and their ideas. Well, I, for one, won't stand for it.
What?
Have you ever met a Jewish person?
Thankfully not.
Or a British Catholic homosexual?
Not in my store.
Or,
Oh, I get it. I see you acting clever.
He goes,
Well, let me tell you this. The Jews killed Lincoln. That's why there is a triangle on the money.
That's why there's a triangle on the
Like one
money.
of them Arabian heroes. Now you sent this here plague to kill
it's just a
all us
wise
decent
man.
Yep.
The Jews killed Lincoln.
Like a wise man once said, the Jews killed Lincoln, and that is why there's a triangle on the
Rare
money.
pleasure to meet someone with such a grasp on human history.
If only
All the
Lincoln, if
Illuminati.
only Lincoln
I'd hate
shot
to see
first.
you get savaged by someone and watch the life force drain from your hate-filled body.
Oh man, that still cracks
Hold
me
on
up.
there.
Me too.
You join me in my fight, sir. It's not too late.
I fear it is for me.
Then I will
next
fight
time.
them
Man's still
alone.
going at it.
The next topic.
America is the
Thank you.
land of the free.
Shot
And that means free to people like me, Herbert Moon.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Oh dear.
Can't eat me. I'm Herbert
Well, I would help you, but none of them are bruisers or retchers, so I'm gonna go. I got things to do.
I just like how he's just. He was all smug about it. He's a,
Excuse me.
you know when you said the whetstone, the grindstone is
It's
on
on
fire.
fire.
Someone was really grinding something. That looks tasty.
Hello, boys.
Dinner for two.
Oh boy.
Marshall sent me and needs some help. Guess you got other plans. Seriously.
Why are you
enjoy
such
your
a
meal.
smartass? Seriously, enjoy your meal.
Easy now.
He just never stops talking like a gentleman to any zombie he encounters.
I
Goodbye.
think you were dumber when you were alive.
He's still with us.
You never did have a brain between you.
They were eating each other though. Then they stop.
Are you shooting at me?
Then they stop and they have a moment of clarity in their brains. And they're like, oh wait, we have to eat him.
It's like, oh, that's the one we gotta eat. Yeah,
It's like the zombieism was
a good
starting to
idea.
recede, and then it's like, oh wait, no.
Oh yeah, you we gotta eat.
Oh, Marshall.
Hello, Marshall.
Eli, I think we gotta eat that guy.
Boys.
Yeah, that sounds.
Oh,
good.
please,
That
enjoy
sounds
your
like
meal.
A good idea.
Like,
Enjoy your meal.
Oh, who's
Didn't
that?
want to bother you.
It was fast.
Marshall sent me to come
They
get
died
you.
with their bellies full. Well, one of them did.
good.
That there's Jonah's gun.
Here, you keep it. After all, you earned it.
Thank you.
Take care of yourself, John.
Yeah.
You too,
I
Marshall.
think I'm gonna get these from now on when we order.
More fat foods for our fat tummies.
Man's gotta eat.
I am a fat boy. That's why they call me Fat Boy Slim.
Yeah, whatever, Shaggy. You are shooting me!
You cretin? What did I do to you? Maybe you were shooting that. Oh, it's Herbert Moon.
Oh, it's
He made it. He's okay.
You just run over him, burn him. Just let him touch the horse.
He's okay. Here, we're gonna take him to a doctor.
Let's go.
Don't worry, Herbert. Hang in there. We're gonna get you to safety. You're gonna make it.
Will that like kill
Eventually. If we like run over a rock or something.
even the infected?
Maybe. If it's a human, yeah, after a while you'll kill him. But I don't know about infected. I never tried dragging an infected via horse.
Well, now you are. It broke.
I let go.
It broke. It will not break. It will not break. It broke. I don't think you're gonna meet that goal, man.
We gotta find retchers. Is the
I,
problem?
I'm pretty sure that if they haven't come out yet, I think you have to. They come out at a story point. Isn't that how it works in games like this?
Something like that. I thought that we would have seen them by now, because I usually see them during one of those
The coffin burning ones?
Yes.
Right.
When we were at that ghost town, that's usually where I see them.
Mm.
They appear during that quest.
So where's the next coffin burning one?
Well, there's no more coffin burning.
Oh.
I guess we'll just go along with the mission
Whoa there.
to continue.
I feel like.
Oh, it's in here.
Yeah, I feel like
Open up.
it's the police.
Open up.
Oh yeah. when
I'm
does-
safe.
Do you know
I'm
when,
not infected.
Do you know when Kung Fury 2 comes out?
I don't. I only remember hearing a rumor about it, and then that was the last I heard of it.
I feel like
Bless its soul. Friendly.
the Retchers would be later on in the story because it's like
They come out
it's
before
like-
Mexico.
You're heading into Mexico now,
No, I'm
Oh.
heading into a fortress.
Howdy, mister.
but you're in Mexico.
Hola. No, I'm in Texas.
Oh.
You're gonna be okay.
Hola, amigo. ¿Cómo estás?
Was she bit?
I hope not. Otherwise, this fortress is gonna have a real problem on their hands.
Nature confounds us, but science
This is the snake oil man.
That's the truth,
It is?
sir.
Yes.
That's
Or
the
it is?
truth.
It is.
West Dickens patented tonic. The only 100%
Get grease
original,
all over these gloves.
200% guaranteed cure against the undead stalking this earth. It not only brings health
and fitness to the sick and needy. It repels the undead and saves souls. Why, it's a natural miracle, and it's available now, here, at the low, low price of only 100 solid gold coins. That sounds expensive, but what price? Eternal damnation.
100.
Oh, you, sir, you look healthy. Would you like to give it a try?
Me, sir?
Yes, sir. Would you care to demonstrate the undead defeating possibilities of this patented elixir?
No, sir, I would not. What I would like is for you to stop peddling this nonsense right now. 100 gold coins?
Well, what price would you pay for survival?
You tell me, Mr. West Dickens. You tell me.
Well, since you put
He
it
went
that
there.
way, why don't all you chaps all take one for free now? And if you like it, when
Man,
you like it,
John should be a
you'll
salesman.
know where to find me.
That's a
You won't find
patented
any undead around me.
way of
Take it,
selling.
enjoy. Thanks a lot, John.
These people have lost their families. They've lost everything.
Well, that's not my fault. I'm just trying to make an honest living here.
Man's just trying to make a buck.
He's trying to make a living
Okay.
in a
Can I help
society
if
now
demand is high?
that will no
There's
longer
There's
have
no longer.
I'm offering the people hope,
a
John.
means
It's
for money.
precious commodity.
I'm sure
The
people.
time
There will be
really
people
works.
like this, like
These
during the
poor
start of the
undead creatures
apocalypse.
can't stand it.
like they'll look at this and they'll say, "I see
Here,
profit."
Take a look.
Oh, for sure.
Like there will be the people that instantly think we got to survive. There'll be people that look at it and they see and they're thrill seekers and they're like, "Oh my god, this is the funnest thing ever." They're the people that'll take this as an excuse to finally go nuts and lose it. And then there are the people that will look at this and oddly say, "I see a profit. I can make money off. I can make money through all this."
Mm-hmm.
Works like a charm.
Well, it wasn't quite what I expected.
Stuff is like
Our
catnip
computer is
to those
virus-free.
bastards.
Well,
Great.
I need more desert sage and violet snowdrop, and then I know I can cure this foul
Now I gotta go
plague.
pick flowers for this
Okay,
guy.
Back to doing your dirty
That's
work,
his
am I?
quest.
Now, don't
There
be
was a
like
retro
that.
out there actually. I don't know if that's gonna. I don't know if it means that they've been triggered, but
I'm an old
one of the zombies
man.
chewing on that guy was a retro. Excuse me.
All right.
When you last played this, or however many times you did play it,
Maybe you can use it to attract
did
some
you
of them.
always do the coffin burning quest
Okay.
before you did this point?
I'll see what I can do. And thanks. I'm
Usually.
sure this will come in real handy in case I want to meet some new and interesting friends.
I just could have swore the past times I've played this, I remember seeing retros
He
about
puts
now.
it to his forehead. Yes.
Interesting.
Interesting. Interesting. Alright, I don't know if I can actually get out through the main gate. I think I have to like hop over the wall. Nope. Ah, you're still here. Good horse.
Burning a shrub.
Let's go.
Alright, so Yikes! Alright, back on it. Get to. Never happened.
Yikes! They got me.
So it was a mulligan. That's a military thing. What does that mean? Why? What's a
I don't think
mulligan?
it- I don't think
What's a
it's military
mulligan?
thing. I don't know.
Do you not know?
I don't think it's a military thing.
Is it true that most 4-letter curses are acronyms?
Like,
Like the F word is an acronym for fornication under consent of the king?
I've never heard of that actually.
No?
Mm-mm.
I thought that's what it was.
I
back in,
always thought it just
back
it
in
just-
back in Scotland. If your wife was that, it means that the king had the right to go and test her.
I always thought it was an old like a German word or something, which I don't think it is.
My question about that word is, when did it start being used as an insult? Because I've always wondered, because video games, they use it all the time, no matter what time period it is. So I'm always wondering which video games have it right. Like when people use it in the medieval times, and I think to myself, is that correct?
Did they though?
That's what I mean. It's
Right.
like I'm like,
I
did
don't
they?
know.
Is that true?
I don't know where it originated from. Now, where are those retros?
Or even like I know it was a word back in like Shakespearean ages. Like I know it was an actual word, but being used as an insult, when did that start? I've never gotten like an answer on that.
I think just it eventually evolved with the times. I think in the more recent 200 years is when it started being used as an insult.
So does that mean that the World War I games in the right? Did they use it back then?
Probably.
What about the Civil War days? What about the Revolutionary War days?
I don't know, man. I don't have the answers for these questions.
I ain't got the answers.
It's an interesting topic.
It's a question that I've always been curious on, and I've never actually gotten an answer.
Go look in the Ark of the Covenant. You'll probably find your answer.
Well, I am not a Nazi, so I think I'd be safe to look.
Or you just die because you're not allowed to look.
But I'm not a Nazi. I wouldn't
have to do with being a Nazi.
I wouldn't melt or be exploded.
You don't know that.
Why not?
It has nothing to do with being a Nazi.
Why not?
It has to do with
all the Nazis died.
It has to do with forbidden knowledge.
All the Nazis died.
Yeah, all the Nazis died. Yes. It was just to prove a point because it's Hollywood.
That's the lasso. All right. That was my plan, but I'll take it.
Stick with the plan. The plan. Plan.
I got a plan. This is a good one. I don't even know if the mic picked that up. Hey! Stop.
Stop.
No. Hey! Got blindsided. So remember how I said that I was mid-animation, you creep? How in the Shapeshifters episode of Death, Love, and Robots, I wasn't as impressed as some of the other ones.
Right.
I found a new, but I said that my... Stop, guys! Give me a break! I mean, thanks for all the bruiser points, but jeez, like, let me do my thing.
Anyways, you were saying?
Anyway, I said that the only part that I really liked about it was that the concept of werewolves being real, like everybody was already used to it. Like people regarded it as just like it was like another race, and that was it.
Right.
Like nobody questioned, why are there werewolves here? It's like, what are you guys? They just kind of like, you know, they were fine with it. They were like, yeah, you guys are werewolves and you're in the military, and such. But I found I've watched it a couple times, and I found a new
like
appreciation for it, and it's all with the dialogue of the two werewolves.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought, at first I thought it was kind of goofy of their dialogue with each other. It was just kind of like, it was like they were kids. Like how one guy would be like, he'd call him dumb, and then the other guy would be like, you're dumb. And I thought that was kind of foolish. But then I realized if you look at them in the way of like their dogs, like when dogs play with each other, they wrestle with each other, and at any point they just kind of they bite on each other and stuff like that. You know, they harass each other in a fun way. That's how they play. And that's kind of what these guys do with their words.
Right.
And that's how I see it. And I found a new appreciation. That's how I found a new appreciation.
Like that, yeah. It's probably something like that, but it's also that, you know,
stop.
They do that in the military too. They do that in any form of society.
It just seemed overly. It just seemed
did.
overly foolish.
But
Like
it's
the
because-
whole-
it's also
like
because
the
they
whole-
were best friends, they were brothers, they were stuff like that.
But do people do that where it's just like, you're dumb? No, you're dumb. And then that's it? Like, do people still talk like that?
We do. Does that answer your question?
It's not intelligent enough. I gotta come up with. I gotta come up with something smarter to insult you back.
But it's the same. It's the same concept, though. It's literally the same thing. It's just how different. It's how different people do it different ways. But it's essentially the same thing.
I just always saw it as more. They were just being like playfully foolish and looking at them and as if they were dogs. It totally makes sense.
I'll be having that.
And then another little thing about that episode that I really like is the one line that the guy has where he says, "My buddy took a bullet for you," and then the way he says "back off" is utter genius from the voice actor, because like it's like a mix in of both human and dog mixing in.
Right.
Like, I can't even replicate it. It's
He literally growled while he said those
he said
words.
"back off." It's just one line, but I love it. All right.
It shows you a different
Violet
appreciation
Snowdrop.
for the one episode of that show that you were just kind of like,
Violet
that was
Snowdrop
good, but
and
it wasn't
Desert
great.
Sage. Desert Sage can be found in Gaptooth Ridge, and Violet Snowdrop can be found in tall trees, I think.
Yeah.
Tall trees, yeah. All right, we're closer to Gaptooth Ridge, so let's go there. Hopefully we'll find... I think that's also where Retchers might spawn.
Gaptooth Ridge, because they got gap teeth to spit through.
That's a good analogy. I'll take it.
So I saw, while I was waiting for you to get out of work, I was downloading and updating a bunch of things on my PS4. And one of the things I saw that was featured, it said there was Assassin's Creed Rogue remastered. I've never heard of that game.
Rogue came out the same time as Unity. So you could either buy the Unity, which expressed multiplayer, or you could get Rogue, which was strictly a single-player game. I think it was shorter than Unity, because Unity was their big trump card. So they didn't really focus too much on Rogue.
That's probably why I didn't hear anything about it.
But the one thing that Rogue did do was they brought back the sailing from
they did?
from 3 and 4.
Was it really any good?
I never played it.
You never played it?
I know that you play as an assassin who turned to a Templar. That's the story.
Yeah. I was surprised because I'd never heard of it, and it said remastered. I'm like, huh? How is this something I haven't heard of? I was never a big fan of it, but I always liked the games to the point where I wanted to play them more. But I'd never heard of that one, and I had heard of pretty much every other Assassin's Creed out there. I just thought it was interesting. I didn't know it existed.
Yeah, it was. It definitely.
Because I saw a trailer for it. It looks cool.
It definitely. Ooh, I'm looking for these plants on the map. It definitely fell on the back burner when it came to Assassin's Creed Unity. But then you look at Assassin's Creed Unity and you're like, well, that didn't do so good.
Not like Black Flag and
even
Brotherhood.
Even 3 was better than Unity.
And you have it out for 3.
That's what I've been after.
I don't know why. But you have posters of it.
Cause the posters look awesome.
That's what I don't understand.
It's cool. I think the reason why I kind of bash on 3 a little bit was because I saw the trailers for it and I was exposed to the hype of it, and I was so there's a retro. I was so ready for this game because it was like, oh my god, it's an Assassin's Creed game in Revolutionary War times. It looks awesome. And it didn't deliver to what I wanted. So I was a little bitter from that. I mean, I played the game, I beat the game, I bought the DLC, and the DLC was actually pretty cool. But it just didn't compare to Brotherhood or 4.
Right.
Oh my goodness. I at least like how they die from just one smack, whereas the other ones will stay up.
Right.
Hopefully I can find more retchers in this area. I can farm retchers while I look for plants.
Yeah, maybe you did have to do that.
Now that I've found them, they will spawn wherever. I hope. I need more to kill. Another bruiser for my collection. You know what movie I want to watch, or I've been wanting to watch?
What?
The Shining.
The Shining? Oh,
I've seen it once, but I was kind of like in a dead state of mind when I watched it, so I barely remember any of it. I want to watch it again with like full intent of admiring it.
John Marston, stop holding your gun at full arm's length.
But don't it look cool? holding your shotty, like capping people with your 9.
That's a 9.
May as well be.
Good. Another record.
Ooh, 2!
That's a... Oh, boy.
We've kicked the hornet's nest. Stop.
Stop.
Stop! It doesn't even, like, hurt me. It just knocks me over. Just to be sure. Alright, let's get these retchers. There's 3 of them.
He's still with us. He's still with us.
Ooh! 3 for the price of 1.
Don't know if you guys heard, but one of the Assassin's Creed games, don't remember which one, the developers are rebuilding the Notre Dame. Don't think I spoke that right. And donated money to rebuild it. That's good.
Awesome.
That's really awesome. I had heard that
it must
a bunch of there's a few
I'm assuming
billionaires.
it's Ubisoft Montreal that would do that.
I would say so.
That's great though.
That's really good. I had heard that a few millionaires and billionaires from France are actually contributing to its restoration.
I'm sure there's a lot of people out there.
I'm sure there's a lot of people around the world.
Like it doesn't matter who you are. You know what the Notre Dame Cathedral is.
Yeah.
And it like
regardless
any
of your religious preference or anything, you know about
any
it.
landmark like that has such a big significance, anybody would feel the need to donate. Like if something happened to the Statue of Liberty, people would donate. If something happened to the pyramids, people would donate.
There was a really nice fan art of Uncle Sam holding the Statue of Liberty while she was crying. Because the Statue of Liberty was a gift from France, and as such, the Statue of Liberty in New York is French, obviously. And I thought that was a really, really nice tribute to the burning of Notre Dame, because I don't know, it's like the same thing with that. I think it was the Russians that sent us the teardrop for our 9/11 memorial. I think it was the Russians.
Oh my goodness, I turned my back and they've just respawned everything.
Yeah. But that is awesome. I haven't heard about that, but I think that's amazing if it's true. And by all means, they should get the notoriety for it. Or not the notoriety, that's the wrong term. Notoriety is like a negative term.
They're just everywhere.
The publicity, I should say, I guess. Yeah, you ran into a freaking nest.
It's like every time I turn my back, they just look. What are these? Oh, coyotes.
What are these?
Zombie coyotes. I definitely can't do that overpowered cheapness with these things.
What?
It's a zombie. I didn't shoot it in the head. Stop.
Stop.
Stop. These things are gonna kill me because I can't shoot him. I have to waste some Deadeye on him.
That's okay. Your Deadeye recharges.
If I make shots without using the Deadeye, that's the only way it recharges.
I know. I'm just.
I
saying
gotta
it
prove
does
my
recharge.
worth. All right, back to the retro farming. How many more do we need? Okay. Excuse me? Oh, here we go. Okay. We still need more bruisers, and we need 5 more retchers. Got it. We can do that.
But that means you have 2 more ranks after that.
That's true. One of the ranks is you have to kill wolves, cougars, and a bear with your torch.
Oops. Good luck with that.
I have a Horse of the Apocalypse, so half of the work is already done. That's the what? That's the key to getting that one is get a Horse of the Apocalypse because of how strong they are, and then go do it.
Right.
Because the damage taken will be taken by the horse, and they'll just soak it up.
But thank you for bringing that up, Sadie, from over on YouTube. That is really interesting information. Really good information.
Do you know how it started?
I heard it was from construction work nearby. Something sparked.
Nearby or construction work in the cathedral?
I don't know. I think it was nearby.
Jeez.
Somebody. But I also heard that nothing, in fact, only the spire fell.
Yeah.
And everything inside was already taken out because they were doing renovations.
But still, it's the fact that just a huge piece of it is just
a huge
gone.
piece of it is missing, but nothing inside was damaged. That's what's good. The very famous organ, the world's largest organ inside, was untouched.
Dang, that's great.
I think the only thing that was really taken was the bells and the spire. Which, again, it's a terrible thing to hear about. A charging one, huh?
That's the bruiser.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying you just
that was
to a charge.
That was kind of impressive.
Not as impressive as your 3-shot at the beginning.
All right.
3 headshot.
Good shout. Good shout. One of the first things that your dad said about the Notre Dame burning was if Quasimodo was okay.
Yes, I know.
That was the first thing he said. Well, not the first thing, but
I know it's a thing my
couldn't
dad
help
would
himself.
say. You know what? I was surprised there weren't as many memes as I thought there was going to be about it.
Hey! For a second, I thought it was the cactus. Oh boy! Help! Help! Help!
Zombie cactus.
I need back up there. I'm gonna get eaten by coyotes.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Is Quasimodo okay? No, Quasimodo fell. Blame Frollo.
I mean, it was the bell towers. I mean, come on. Quasi's fine. It wasn't the first fire in France that he had to deal with. He's fine. I think I got it. Okay, not yet. It's still Quasi's a tough cookie. Okay, I got it. It burst.
The bells. Frollo, it's his fault.
Was there a Hellfire joke at all? There must have been.
There has to be. There has to be somewhere. I haven't seen any. I saw like 2 memes.
I'm not saying
one with Quasimodo and one with Frodo.
The less memes, the better, honestly.
Really. It's bad enough that there are.
I will just be surprised if if someone is not making a Hellfire joke.
It's bad enough that there's freaking 9/11 memes that I absolutely hate.
Give it enough time, people will meme about.
I guarantee there's already memes
disaster.
about it. As we're talking about it right now, someone's probably.
We've discussed it before, but I just don't. I find it so distasteful that people meme disasters like that.
I do too. I can't stand the 9/11 ones. Like anytime it's brought up, I get triggered.
It's
It's hurtful to me.
right, because it's home. Like, it's our home.
Not just home. I was old enough to know the significance of it when it happened.
Back when it happened, I didn't really understand what was going on. Like, we were let out of school early, and that was the only thing that I really collected from it as a kid.
Right.
And
People
kept playing. What? People kept saying that a plane had hit the 2 towers, and I just thought it was that. Someone accidentally flew into the 2 towers, and then they let us out of school early, and I was like, oh, okay. And it was only until like later where I learned the significance of what happened.
But no, and then people just make fun of it and make memes about it. I'm just like, stop. People died.
It's really, really.
Nobody died at the Notre Dame incident, but it's still a painful thing because that's history.
Mm-hmm.
That's a piece of world history.
I completely forgot about.
Is just
picking
hurt.
Flowers.
But people actually died. Thousands died. Not just from the actual plane, but from the aftermath thereof. Just thousands of people died. That's not something to joke about. There are people who had families of that. That's something I don't agree with.
Agreed, but why don't we find something to get us off this downer note?
Like finding retchers.
That's kind of a staple, you know?
What?
Honestly, couldn't agree more. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What's a staple?
Special infected, like being a staple in zombie games.
Oh, right, the spitter type?
Like, it's kind of... thanks to Left 4 Dead, it's kind of just...
It's now just...
if a zombie game... It's kind of normal that zombie games have special infected.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got your big bruiser zombie that takes your entire team to take down. You got a zombie that shoots at you long range, depending on what it is, just to make it more fair for the zombies. You probably a fast zombie that is quick, deadly.
It's hard to kill, but weak.
But easy to kill once you hit it. Like that's just kind of the common trope, you know?
Right. I think that it's still to this day. I think Left 4 Dead 2 is one of the greatest games ever. Not only because of those tropes, but the AI director. It always changes.
I hold Left 4 Dead 2 as one of my favorite games of all time. I think it's tied with 8th place. I think that's right. I'm trying to get my list in my head. Right. It's either 8th or 9th place. It ties with Team Fortress 2. Because I cannot make a decision between those two.
You've played a lot of Team Fortress 2, and I've only played it the one time.
I wasted so many hours playing that game. I love it. And you played it once, and it was like the control scheme was too native for you to like understand.
Yeah, it was so foreign. Like I understood it, and I understood how I understood how
native would be
just being attacked by dogs. Let me pick some flowers.
I'll be with you guys in just a moment. Collect one more desert sage.
But
okay, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad. Help me, War. Help! 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 SOS.
That was close.
We're safe, but I still need flowers. There it is. The last flower.
What was I saying?
Something about Team Fortress 2. Something about Left 4 Dead. Favorite games.
Oh, right.
Special zombies.
It was
all the above.
I understood how the game functioned. It was just so foreign to me when you had me play it the one time. I was just like, I get how it plays, but I lack the skill to play it.
I suppose so. Team Fortress 2 is another one of those games where I can say I'm good at it. Like if I play as a scout, if I play as a pyro, which I'm sure any Left 4 Dead, any Team Fortress 2 fans out there will listen to me say that and say, well, yeah, anyone can play the pyro.
Right. That's like the starter class basically, where
it's a class
anyone
where
can be good
anyone can play it, anyone can be good at it, and you kind of don't really
need a lot of skill.
You don't really need skill with it. The only skill that you need for the pyro is when you use his air blast to your advantage, because you time it right and you can knock back projectiles and get crits on people. But it takes a little practice. That's the only skill that comes with a pyro. But yeah, I play as a scout, I play as a pyro, and a medic, and I will dominate at Team Fortress 2. And oddly enough, it's that game and Left 4 Dead, of course, tied with each other as games that I am absolutely amazing at.
Made by the same
Same company. That's why it's so hard to choose. I'm excellent at both. I love both. I've played them so much, and they're made by one of my favorite developers.
Developers that's kind of been in the dark for the past few years.
They make great games when they make them.
When they make them.
All right, now we gotta go all the way.
Can't you fast travel
to tall trees? Maybe.
Maybe.
I have to like be at a base to fast travel, I think. Unless I can like make a camp. Let me try. Can I make a campsite? No.
No.
All right, so let's ride here and then fast travel. Twitch is still
dead.
as quiet as the dead of night.
I think it's because of the. Maybe it's like I want to say kind of like an algorithm for Twitch, where newer and more popular games are the ones that are being focused on.
Is this not good enough for them?
It is older.
If we're not good enough for Twitch, then Twitch doesn't deserve us.
You hear that, Twitch? Are you trying to be our Huckleberry?
I'll be your Huckleberry.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
I'll gladly be your Huckleberry. Who says that?
You ever watched? You're not big on westerns, are you?
Not too much.
You gotta watch Tombstone. That's the best one.
Ah. So says your father.
It is a phenomenal movie. I'm not gonna lie. That is such a good movie.
All right, where's the fast travel point? Upstairs, maybe? Yeah. I think there's
Another good
upstairs.
western, although not really so much a western as it is just kind of a western. Maverick. Maverick's good.
No!
No.
Get up! Now is not the time to sleep.
Barricade your homes. Do not
Avoid all contact with infected individuals. Wait for official instructions. Wait my ass. It's funny. Nobody knows what we're talking about. I mean, from that, people might know what we're talking about. But that, people have no idea what we're talking about. Now we just sound insane.
We are insane.
I have some sanity left.
I don't.
All right, you're gone. He's dead now.
And he's dead.
You just don't move after that. It's like, he's like, you've been kind of quiet over there, Cameron. You all right?
You all right? Help me.
Oh, you're doing a John Marsden impression again.
Help me. What are you doing there, buddy?
It's not too bad. Not too bad.
Who do you think you are? Miss McFarlane? Ma'am?
Why does he feel the need to scream throughout that entire thing? He's just shouting. It's like, use your indoor voices.
Get away from me!
Get your butt away!
That's what people say. All the time.
Get your butt away.
Yeah.
He's pulling some hacks.
He's otherworldly. That's a ghost. I ain't dealing with that.
He's pulling some hacks on you.
I am not getting involved with that. I don't know if we killed all the retchers we were supposed to. I think we're like lacking maybe 2 or 3.
Maybe they'll just spawn other places.
Oh, please hope. Oh, 3.
3 more retchers.
3 more retchers and 4 more bruisers. And then we'll move on to the next level.
Ain't got much time, buddy.
We're running out. I don't know if we're gonna make it.
You gotta hunt that chupacabra.
I actually really don't think we're gonna make it.
I don't think so either, honestly.
Because after you get that level to hunt the chupacabra, then you have to go to Mexico via story.
Yeah, I don't think you're getting to that.
I don't think I am.
So in other words,
That might be Violet Snowdrop.
pull a Sonic there.
That was always a cool noise. Back when I was like first playing the game, I always liked that skid noise. or something like that.
Probably sounded better than I did.
It was very high pitched when it did it.
Pitched.
I'll be having that.
Snowdrop.
No one's around to hear you, John. You're not talking to anybody.
John's already insane.
He's already gone.
Easy.
Oh, there's another one.
Hey.
I have a survivalist map. Let's use that.
Well,
I have 3. Now that I've activated it, those flower markers will appear more frequent and sooner.
right.
Yeah, there's 2 more.
Let's go.
Dogs. Going at it again.
There we go.
Excuse me.
Getting you again.
Yep, it's coming at me. Oh, yeah. I like how out of all the animals, the goats are not infected. They're the only animals in this game that are not zombies.
Just gotta get goat blood.
You'd think that the zombie apocalypse would get your goat, but no, it's the exact opposite.
It's because the goats are the animals of the devil.
That's it's kind of what
probably why.
that's the only reasoning I have behind why. I mean, it makes sense.
Nigel West Dickens.
Oh! Oh! Another one.
That looks like pestilence.
That's pestilence. Let's get her.
Why though?
Well, this one will come in handy for the killing bears and cougars with knives.
Oh, world gone crazy. Come on, baby. Calm down.
Yes. Because I think this one actually... Because people always say when you do the quest where you have to kill zombie animals with your torch, they say use war or pestilence because they're practically immortal. So it makes me think that they will take much more hits than war or famine.
Death or famine?
No, war or famine.
You said
No, they
war
say
and pestilence, and then you said war and famine.
death and pestilence are the immortal ones. War and famine are not. However, war is still right here. So if I want war, is almost impossible to kill. We'll get war back. I like war better. It's alright.
But now that you've tamed them both, how do you like switch?
You can't until the end of the game.
Well,
And of course there's the war horse, which is nothing like war, unfortunately.
why do they even?
It's just a
Squatch?
Squatch! You smell that? Oh my goodness! Squatch, no! That's what I get. That's what I get for running over a Sasquatch. Bad luck to run over a Sasquatch.
Yeah, it is. Jeez. He was about to die anyways.
He got taken down by the zombies.
Yeah. You did him a service.
I did. Put him out of his misery, the poor creature. Alright, we gotta get to another fast travel point, and then we'll fast travel to Fort Mercer so I can complete this quest. This is the closest one. But they make me go all the way around. I'm not doing that. It was just there.
Mm-mm.
We will get here much quicker. Mm-mm. You got this, War. You got this. Boy. That's what I'm thinking.
So how will
points-
Pestilence die? Running it
points
off a
to-
cliff?
A big cliff. But I think if it survived that, you would definitely die from that.
Right.
And I guess if you rode it into water, it would also die, but then you would also die.
Like riding it
I
into
missed.
water?
Yeah, if you can't swim in this game, and neither can your horse. Like once you get knee deep, you just die.
Why?
Cowboys couldn't swim back then,
But Arthur could.
and John in the second game. John forgot.
John forgot how to swim.
They
That
didn't.
doesn't make any
They
sense.
didn't. They didn't think this far. Whoa! Barbecue bear. Did I actually light it? No, I didn't. Oh! Another reason why they said don't use war is because if you run into the animals and they get set on fire and they die from that fire, it doesn't count.
Right.
So that's why they say don't use war.
So it's best to use famine or pestilence.
Yes, because if you use death, you can accidentally
Accidentally
run
kill
into
them,
them, and
yeah.
then boom, that's instant death. So pestilence is definitely the one to do the. It's the most ideal to do the
I
torch.
thought you were going to the safe.
I am. It's right here.
Oh. Interesting.
I can definitely see like the frame rate trying really hard to stay in time, but it can't.
Also, that didn't refresh again.
Oh. No problem.
Yay.
All good. All right. So he is in. He's all the way over here. Okay, Fort Mercer. Pretty much the same place. There. Fort Matthew Mercer.
For Alex Mercer?
Yes.
That's a game I want to play again.
We
I
could have done
heard-
that for Zombie Month. There's zombies in that game.
Do they count as zombies though?
Kind of.
In
They
a way,
act
they're
like
more like
zombies.
mutated infection. If you think about it. But then again, so is Left 4 Dead, but those do become zombies. When I think of zombies, I think of
Hey!
Rising
What are you
from
doing here? Ah, whatever. You and I are going to become the bestest of friends. Bestest!
Bestest. They don't get it. No one ever will.
75% of the 75% of the things that we say nobody will ever get unless we like give them a lesson and say this is why we get it, this is what it's from, this is where our joke came from, and this is why we think it's funny.
That is a clip.
And it's only, and we'll only do it to like hopefully get a laughter out of them, be like, you find it funny too, right? Please,
Right,
please say it's, please say it's funny, please laugh. I don't know if people would like that very much.
What are some inside jokes that you guys have? That'd be funny.
Can I not
Interesting.
get over this cliff anyway? Like here's a way.
We cowboys need to know.
I had a plan.
What is your plan?
This is a good one.
No, it's not. It's a terrible plan.
Why not?
What is the plan? Stick to the plan.
I just need more money to get to Tahiti, to get a boat, and get some land. Just need more time. Faith, Arthur.
Arthur.
Faith. That's how he says Arthur. Arthur. Oh no. Oh dear, what a predicament Wes Dickens has gotten himself in now. Another unsatisfied
Customer, Mr. West Dickens. Oh,
took the words right out of my mouth, John Marsden.
as I see.
Get rid of him, would you?
Why?
Well, because we're old friends.
No.
No.
We'll team up and fight the forces of darkness
No.
together.
No.
Because I've got something you want. Trust me, you cynical bastard.
You cynical bastard.
No.
Oh.
Like, oh,
Thank
now we're
you, dear
talking.
boy. Oh, thank you. Oh.
It's like, I can't believe I saved you for the umpteenth time.
Did you get
Why haven't I killed you?
Of course.
Oh, excellent. Oh, wait just a minute.
If only.
So, how'd he get the scars? Was he attacked by a bear? A knife fight?
Wolf. He was
A
attacked by
wolf?
wolves. You actually see that in the second game.
In the second one?
Here you go.
I thought it was a nice touch how they included where his scars came from. It
Correct.
was a wolf attack.
Blow the buggers apart.
Is that the one mission where he's dying, or is that just because he was sick?
He went out to
Got a plan.
like.
Got a plan.
Pick up some old
He's got a
parts
plan.
at Riley's charge.
Another shot.
It's a good one.
Well, excuse me if my efforts at salvation are interrupting your busy social calendar, John. I'm only trying to
While the
help.
rest of his group
Because we're all
went out
friends.
to look for
I know.
shelter, he scouted ahead
Better not be wasting
to try
my
and find
time.
something.
Me?
He got lost,
Never.
and while he was out there, wolves came and attacked him. And then your character, Arthur, and another character went out to go look for him. And then you found him as he was like bleeding to death.
Oh.
And then you saved him.
So, it was nothing like the Gray.
No. The wolves bested him.
But the wolves didn't finish him off.
Correct.
I don't understand that.
They, what? John got away. The wolves were looking for him, and while they were looking for him, Arthur and Jose came to save him. Do you understand?
Did they
now?
kill the wolves?
Yes.
I see.
That's a lot of ammo for this repeater. I gotta use this.
Yeah, you do.
Use the phosphorus coating. Nice. Okay. What are we doing now? I think we have to go to, yes, the charge. So that we can go find the parts for the new weapon.
New weapon.
Yes.
Cannon.
Kind of.
A giant cannon.
A little.
Held on your forehead.
A little cannon.
Dude, I was just guessing.
Cannon. A little cannon. Just have faith. Worth it.
I've heard, you know,
Faith and trust. What did you hear?
I heard some mixed reviews from Sekiro.
Like, define mixed.
Like, some praised it as really good, others praised it as really bad.
So there's no, like, mediocre?
I've heard that it was mediocre. I've heard that it was better than Dark Souls and Bloodborne. I've heard it was much worse. Like, I hear all these mixed things. Like, I don't know which one to believe.
If I was to play it, I would...
Yahtzee said.
I would constantly...
Yahtzee said. The game is good, but Dark Souls and Bloodborne are so much better.
See, I would be comparing it to Bloodborne,
Right.
and I love Bloodborne.
Right.
So it would kind of make me think that it wouldn't live up to it.
Right.
The only thing that I would like more about it is if there would be more like one-on-one sword fighting, and it would actually take skill and
Right.
tactics to be better. That would be cool.
One of the things I've heard is there's no multiplayer. Another thing is you can actually pause the game.
See, that's not so bad.
Right. Another thing is ooh. Another thing is that what is this thing? No multiplayer. Pause.
Pestilence, stop.
And one of the core mechanic of the game is to parry. So you have to be completely in time and in sync with what your actions are in order to parry, and that's one of the things that a lot of people don't like about it.
Probably because that's not what they're used to.
Right, because it's not what. Like you could do that in Dark Souls, but it was sort of like not many people used it, or if you did use it, it was mostly for PvP. But there isn't really that in Bloodborne, except for the use of your gun. But apparently, Sekiro, like, its whole mechanic is based on it, and that's why a lot of people say they don't like it. So that's I can appreciate when the mechanic is of the game is focused on that, because it kind of forces you to adapt to it. But at the same time, there's not as much diversity. You also can't customize your character.
Oh.
There's no.
So it's a strict single player.
Yes, strict single player.
I'm assuming they probably define the story more.
Probably.
Like if it's just one character, then I'm assuming that the character has a definite voice actor. He's got a definite personality, and that means that there's more ability to flesh out the story more.
Most likely, yes.
I think if I was to play it, it would only do more bad than good, because I would be constantly comparing it to Bloodborne.
Right.
And
but I hear
wouldn't-
rumors
and
of
it wouldn't
Bloodborne
match.
2 coming. I hear rumors.
Haven't we all?
And I really want it to happen. I would love a Bloodborne 2. Absolutely thrive on it.
Oh no, you want I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have missions to do. I'm sorry. Vetchers. I'll take that.
And then
I need 2 more retchers. I'm in Gaptooth Ridge. They gotta be here.
along with coyotes.
The coyotes don't mess with me unless I'm on a horse.
Unless you're not.
The coyotes don't mess with me when I'm on a horse. Can you please just trot down the little hill? Just.
You have a very stinky horse.
He's sick. If I was to rescue that woman, she would only die because of good old pestilence here. Isn't that right, boy?
Pestilence wouldn't kill her.
Would it not?
Think
She'd
so.
get sick and then just die.
Would she though?
That's what pestilence is.
From the game?
Yeah.
She'd live. Would she not?
No, she'd live. I got stuff to do though. Unless I'm lying to you. Alright, I can't see any retchers. I'm going.
There
That's
she is.
her, isn't it? See, she's alright. She's just getting a jog. All she wants to do is be taken here, I bet. She's fine. She made it. She's okay. Sir, I have your parts.
Nigel! Where are you, old man?
Did I ever tell you about the time where I was playing the main game of this and I was in the middle of a cutscene? And while I was watching the cutscene, I see a cougar run by my character in the cutscene, and I hear it go, you know, it does the cougar noise. And then once the cutscene is over and I'm back in control, I turn around and I see my horse dead.
I kind of like them.
I thought it was the cheapest thing ever. It was a good horse, too.
No, don't be like that. I haven't done anything, or stolen anything, or even lied that much.
What then?
A bunch of people just chased me out of town. They blame me for everything that's happened. I tell you, John Marston, I've been selling health tonics for years, from here to Timbuktu, and never once has there been a
Where is
demonic
Timbuktu?
bloodlust
Is it
or
in
the undead
New
rising up
Mexico?
I don't know.
Okay.
No, they want to hang me, an honest salesman. Can you believe that?
Snake
You
oil
weren't such a
merchant who grabbed
conniving
one.
prick.
I don't know where it is.
Yeah, something like that.
I've known of its existence
I'm
my
headed
whole life.
south.
Thanks to Bugs Bunny.
I hear things,
Aristocats.
much better down
Aristocats?
there. Not
Yes, for me.
the climate
Bugs
is
But
Bunny
I've
for
never
me.
known where it was.
locals, but also the
And
merciful
Courage the
black
Cowardly Dog.
cannibalistic morons with infectious
Just
eyes.
Aristocats.
Oh, did you get the bits and bobs I requested?
Sure.
Ah, ha, ha, excellent. Just a moment.
Everybody wants to be. No, I'm not doing that song justice when I sing it like that.
Everybody just wants to be a kid. Will you hurry up, old man?
He has to be careful with his glass bottles. But everything else can just go.
Ah, ha, ha, ha.
Here you go.
Oops.
I risked my life for this? A blunderbuss? Is this a joke? What is this,
School bus?
1850?
Oh, ye of such little faith.
No, it's
You've been hanging
1888.
around cattle and killers too long.
Not sponsored.
Got the compassion of a mass murderer and the intellect of a
But-
cow patty.
Isn't that a
Hey.
Isn't that an alcoholic beverage?
Sun don't shine.
This
No, it's
is
soda.
the weapon of choice for demonic
Like I
horror
think they
killers
make, I think they make
everywhere. From
alcoholic
Romania
beverages,
to
but this is
Edinburgh, all
soda.
the other places the
Maybe I'm
undead
thinking
roam.
like
You
1918
can
or
put
whatever.
pretty much anything into it and blow
Isn't
them
that what it
butts
is?
of the buggers
It's
away in
like
one go.
1888.
I know, but isn't there
Rifle looks like a
Serenade?
pea shooter.
I don't know. What you're
I've never heard of that.
Better not be lying to me.
But I
Better
like
not be
to.
lying.
There's not your uncle's root beer and like not your
Others,
uncle's
I admit,
cream soda.
Occasional.
That's alcoholic.
Isn't that like not your mother's lemonade too?
I've
something like that.
only drank not your uncle's root beer. It was alright,
I haven't
but
had it. I'm not a big fan of root
I
beer.
always think that like I'm gonna like soda
Now,
with alcohol in it,
I
but it just
am
doesn't
heading down
taste
to
right.
Mexico.
I'll be expecting
any
soda,
Chance that,
and it just
I will
won't
see
taste
you
right. I'm
there?
like,
Right.
no, I don't like this.
We shall see.
It's the same with me. Like I also just
If
don't
you're
like to drink,
interested,
but
I should be at
Yeah,
Solomon's
you're not
Folly
missing much.
in a few days.
I've never been drunk, so
Figure out a way
I never
to get
intend to.
in. I hear
Everybody's like, "Oh, you should
Order.
do it. It's fun." Like,
it's
how about
not as
no?
open as it used to be.
How about no hangover?
Good for you.
I
Good
know
for
You've been drunk before. I remember you telling me about that
A few times.
a few times.
It was never in an. I will say that like it was never in an unsafe environment for me.
Right.
Like I was at least that smart.
Well, the thing is, I also don't ever want to get drunk because I don't know how I'm gonna be. Like I really don't.
In the meantime, you should visit the other survivors to see if you can lend them aid. That's
No.
basically the game telling me do the other side quests and then you can go to Mexico.
Oh, this is one of those things where it's you gotta wait for a certain time.
Yes. So now that I've done the, are you real? Yeah, you're real.
Are you
Now that I've done the main story quests, it'll now start to move me in the way of Mexico. What time is it? How long have we been going?
It's almost 9 o'clock right now, 9 p.m.
3.5 hours. That might have to be it, though.
Probably.
Oh, well. Well, I had fun. Did you have fun?
Had fun watching. Being a tippy cowboy. Bang.
Want to see the blunderbuss?
Yes, sir. What was this, 1880, 1850?
1888.
Ooh. He has a Gatling gun?
Yeah. Alright. Where's
One
this
of
those?
those.
Ready? Ready for this?
Wow, that sucked.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. That was a mulligan. It's gone. Oh, there's a cougar. Hey, buddy. Come check out my new toy.
Cougar?
It's gonna tear me to shreds. Watch. Like me and my big mouth. This thing is going to tear me.
Hey, it's a cougar.
It's gonna tear
Come
me
here, buddy.
asunder. Yep, here it comes.
Get off me, you monster!
It's still with us.
Got one shot left.
It's gone. All right, I think we're gonna end it there. Life and death situation don't get any more better than that. Well, that has been this episode of the martial artist, has been this episode of the Martial Artist Stream.
The Martial Artist Stream.
We really appreciate everyone for coming to watch. We appreciate all the new followers on DLive.
Thanks for the follows.
We're gonna keep
streaming on DLive.
So keep coming around if you want to.
Tip our hat to you.
Thank you for another Halfling Bard for chatting with us on DLive. Thank you, Cat. Thank you, April. Thank you, Sadie. Thank you. That's everyone on YouTube for chatting with us. We really appreciate it. Cheers to y'all. Yeah.
Cheers to y'all. I finished both my drinks, so.
I see. You're one thirsty man.
That's right.
If you want, I made the decision that this Friday I'm gonna do a solo stream of Ethan Must Die. We're gonna go back at it. This will be the night. This is gonna be the night.
I'll be at work.
That I beat it. Yeah. Cameron won't be here. He'll be working.
Unless you're streaming till the time I get back.
I probably won't be.
Yeah.
I'll most likely I'm gonna beat it this time.
So you're gonna stream till you beat it.
Yes.
Good luck.
I won't have to because I am gonna beat it regardless. This will be the night. Because it's either
for our continuation of zombie month.
Yes. It's either I stream it this weekend or I don't, and then it's gonna be over. That stream is gonna be overcome with the popularity of Days Gone because that'll be out by then.
Right.
So yeah, this Friday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. Come
for just him,
just me. If you want to come over and say hello, I would really appreciate it. I'm gonna need all the support I can get. I've been going at this game for 2 streams now, and it's beating me back ever since.
And then this upcoming next Wednesday
at 5:30
p.m. Eastern time,
we're gonna be streaming our next game, Resident Evil 5. We're gonna be streaming co-op. My first time playing Resident Evil 5. So we'll see how that goes. That should be fun.
That'll be real fun. I hope we get to watch some boulder punching.
That's gonna be a lot more trickier than you think because we can't just go straight to the boulder punching. We have to play the last section, which is the hardest section of the game, and you'll be a fresh spawn. So it's a little more difficult than that. Just saying. I mean, if you want to see it, we can try, but it's gonna be a little
punching some boulders.
It's gonna be a little difficult.
Because that'll move a little bit.
A little difficult. But yeah, next Friday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. That's our next. Next stream. Next Wednesday, next week, 5:30 p.m. Eastern time is our next co-op stream. So we hope to see everyone there and more.
And
we appreciate new followers.
And we are the Martial Artists.
We are the Martial Artists. And we will see.
Good night and good day.
Stop. Oh, I caught it. See you all down the lonesome road. Good day to you.